Okay, are you done shuffling? Good afternoon, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. This is your Wolf Commander Wolf 10. I'm your werewolf, and I'm here with the schooner, the tuna schooner Tuna,
Coming at you live from a secret government facility buried deep underground. This is Schooner Tuna. How y'all doing?
with better microphone too. You see the banner on screen right now. We're doing an anime spotlight today, and this is one of my favorite anime movies, Summer Wars.
Woo!
This this anime came about from a particular artist or it's an animator that worked on the Digimon movie, or at least one, or at least several of the Digimon movies, the ones that weren't really spliced together. What's that?
That would be my computer.
Nice. But yeah, it's sorry. Let me Wikipedia the synopsis. Sorry. No, I want Summer Wars, not the Summer War. Thank you. All right, let me start off. Japanese animated science fiction film directed by Mamoru Hosoda, produced by Studio Madhouse, and distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures. Not gonna read the cast, but the film tells the story of Kenji Kyoso, a timid 11th grade math genius who is taken to Ueda by a 12th grade student Natsuki Shinohara to celebrate her great grandmother's 90th birthday. However, he's falsely implicated in the hacking of a virtual world by a sadistic artificial intelligence named Love Machine. Kenji must repair the damage done and find a way to stop the rogue computer program from causing any further chaos. Not gonna
Now,
say
while
much.
that is now while that is a great little synopsis of what the movie is, the execution of the movie is so different,
Hmm.
and it's beautiful.
By the way, Momoru is also the one responsible for Digimon Adventure, the movie, Digimon Adventure, Our War Game, the movie, The Girl Who
Mhm.
Left Time, Summer Wars, Wolf Children, The Boy and the Beast, which we also covered, what, several months ago?
Several months ago, yeah. I love his.
Mirai,
I love his.
Mirai, and recently Bale.
I love
Go ahead.
his style of animation. His unique style of animation is amazing.
I love how he do people bodies and
Yeah.
clothing.
Hmm.
Definitely love how they do the bodies and the clothing. So yeah, one of my favorite anime movies to date. It's got a really good theme to it, which is family, of course. Who you
Hmm.
have family with, and as you see in the picture, there's a big family to go through. I have several favorites. I have some that's not the worst, certainly not the best, but
The
they're
dog's the
not.
best character.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I do have a personal favorite among the family members, and we'll get into him pretty soon. Um, so far, Kenji, the main character, he's one could say he's kind of like the protagonist of the story, but he's more of the audience surrogate.
Hmm. So
He's
right off the bat, this movie does this very well.
yeah, they set up the characters, him and his friend. Crap, give me a sec.
Well, the first intro is they're going to show you the setting of where all of essentially the action is going to be. They start off with an introduction. They go to the digital world known as Oz. Oz is basically one big social media giant that is connected to everything. It's basically the Facebook of this universe, or the Twitter, or whatever popular. This whole thing is one big allegory to social media. So they're
One
talking about
big social media platform, like it has everything. You could do almost everything in this
yeah,
outlet. You can go to work,
exactly.
and I gotta start off with this. I really gotta start off with this. Summer Wars is what Ready Player One should have been.
Hmm.
That's not to say that I have my personal beef with Ready Player One per se, but there's nothing really to Ready Player One enough to really say that I would want to own it. Like I did spend a ticket price to watch that movie because it looked great, but at the same time, it just it just not it didn't feel right to me, you know. And it didn't feel right enough for me to go and read the book. I heard the book is good. Some people say it's good. Some people say it's bad. I don't know which one I will fall under. I don't want to spend my money on getting that book. But like I said, judging by what I seen in Oz, it's what Ready Player One should have been. At least the whole entire movie of Summer Wars should have been what Ready Player One should have been specifically. But let's get back into the story real quick. So Redneck is here. Hey, Redneck. He says, Metaverse is a scary idea. I totally would get Oz.
Oh, me too. Me too.
You know something? Oz look very harmless. Like I said, you can pretty much do everything. You can play video games. You can go work there. Pretty much everybody. Like Oz is so automated. It's just all over the place worldwide. Like you see so many avatars that are built like customized specifically to somebody's work environment or what their occupation is. Like one of the family members is a firefighter, and what his avatar is a dog with firefighter gear on.
A Dalmatian. A Dalmatian dog.
I know, Red. It was sarcasm. Same damn thing. But no, like I would say Oz is the MeWe comparatively to the metaverse. Currently, what
Yeah.
we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
But
And
or at least
our main. Go ahead.
yeah, our
Sorry.
main character, his avatar is a dorky guy.
Well, no, I was gonna say our main character is a moderator on Oz.
yeah.
That's how we're introduced to him.
Him and his friend Takashi is
Yeah,
our moderator.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I love Oz because you can create your avatar, and it's really cool because what I like about this film is that it's not trying to be super is not going for the uber realism. So Oz is very much like this cartoonish reality, and I love it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, they say you could do a lot of things, but you don't necessarily do too much of everything in Oz, much less your taxes and stuff like that. But we're getting too much into the whole Oz thing. Let's get into the
Well, no,
characters.
because because this is important. Oz is basically connected to a lot of connected to a lot of people, and a lot of people do a lot of their activities on Oz. And that's where our main protagonist comes, which I love about this because the opening is explaining what Oz is. And then we do a snap cut to reality. And what do? We see a girl riding her bicycle, already showing that disconnect between the digital and the real world. And I love it because she
society in essential second life, complete with furries.
But yeah, I love it because she comes walking in and she says, "Hey, do any of you want a job?" And they go, "We already got a job."
I love that response. I love it.
That's, believe it or not, nope. That's my second favorite response. I'll explain what my most favorite lines in this movie are when we get to it.
There's a lot. There are some epic lines in this movie. Oh my goodness. I just rewatched it last night and I was like, man, I'm reminded of why I like this movie.
Yeah. This guy who directed Summer Wars and Wolf Children are his babies, his well-known works.
Yeah, and pretty soon we'll be tackling Wolf Children at some point during this year.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, he is voiced by Dean Venture.
Yeah.
Among many other recognizable voices in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh, I don't know who that guy is yet. Looking him up right now.
But yeah, just getting us back on track. So we're introduced to Oz, and then the girl, she comes in and says, "Hey, do either of you want a job? We already got a job." And she's like going, "Oh, well, that is a pity. I was looking for somebody to come to my family's place for the weekend. The guy immediately goes, "Oh, I'll do it." And she says, "Really? Maybe." And then the other guy's like, "Well, then if he's not going to do it, I'm going to do it." And he says, "Wait a minute, I didn't say no." And she's just like, "Okay, but there are some stipulations." And we don't really know how it was decided until later on in the movie, but apparently the two guys did a rock, paper, scissors. And
Yeah.
and our protagonist wins out in the end. And I'm just like, this would have been there would not have been a movie had it gone the other way. And that's right there, how it should have ended. Oh, I lost rock, paper, scissors. And then it just goes, and then it just cuts to the end.
We'll definitely get into that soon as to why we said, oh, snap.
What's up?
My all-time favorite character of this movie is voiced by Erwin Smith. We'll get to him.
So anyway, what I love about this is that we're getting our intro and we get this great little exposition dump, which really plays into the theme of the movie, of course, about family, but also showing a little bit of a great little allegories here. Not allegory, social commentary. That's it, commentary. Because it starts off with them in the city, a very advanced city, and then we're meeting the family. And as the more and more family members that are getting picked up, we start seeing a less technologically advanced system of transportation, until then we finally get to the old world, which is the grandmother's home. Kind of like that whole. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in a way, it's like it's an allegory of return to your roots. Like you can go far and progress far, but you can always return to where it all started, to your home.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too.
Yeah, and that's really been why, because Japan has a real sense of traditionalism. Keep one foot in the past and another in the present, and it has, and there's this healthy respect there, which is sad, because I'm thinking, maybe we could do with a little bit of that over here.
A little bit, a lot.
But I love when we meet the family. It's really great how we're meeting the family. They would call this the exposition dump scene, but it's not.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
I'm sorry. I like teasing you, Al. That's a good charm about you, Al. Is the way how you say hi to people, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you dropping in and say hi. I'm gonna try not to swear too much on the stream, so share it with everybody. We also got Team Ghost here.
Woohoo! Team Ghost. Go Team Ghost. Anyway, we meet the family, and they're really sweet people. None of them are real, pompous or anything like that. We get this real sense of community.
Yeah,
we don't get any of that angsty, I'm embarrassed. That whole angsty, I'm embarrassed by my parents thing. In fact, what's funny is that she tells him when he first arrives at the train terminal, when they're first about to leave, she goes, "Hell, hey, you're right on time." And he goes, "Yep." And he's like going, ready to help you, whatever. I'll do whatever you ask for. Great. Can you carry these bags? He's carrying the bags, and he runs into her relatives. She hears them talking, and they say, "Oh, so this is the one?" And she goes, "Yeah, this is the one." And she tells him, "Just go with it. Go with it." And he's like, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm the one. Hey, hi, I'm the one. I'm carrying the bags." And they're telling her about their family and how their family line, how they once came from a wealthy, they were descended from a samurai. And
samurai, yeah, they're
a samurai who protected the land and prospered, but I think one bad generation squandered the whole family fortune. Despite this, the whole family pressed forward because that was their family mantra. We keep going forward. We stick together. And while we may not be wealthy financially, we are wealthy in love and community and all of that. And you really see how the whole family, when they're all coming to the grandmother's house, the whole family is setting about getting to work, cleaning the place up, managing the kitchen, and all that jazz. And I'm just like,
well disciplined.
and well structured, one discipline, and I love it. It's like, ah, this is great.
So like, and what's interesting about them is that they have interesting occupations. Like some of the ladies have successful businesses. Some of them are living the traditional housewife life, and nobody actually you know one thing I like about this movie, and what I hate about most modern family movies nowadays.
What's
Families
that?
like in modern family movies, they like to shit on everybody's accomplishments.
Yeah.
Every time like a doty ass Jewish mother.
Yeah. Whereas in this
Whereas
one, it's more, they're more fostering your dreams, telling you to go get luck. I mean, the only Western movie I can really think that really like had this sense of community and where they're not shitting on you is Meet the Robinsons.
hmm Whereas
Where they're like,
you got
I
one
mean,
that
they say a
one that-
toast to
yeah,
your fail, a toast to your failure.
yeah. Like I said, like well, except for one, we'll be again. We'll get to that person pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like you got one that owns a whole fishing ring. Like he owns like 2 3 ships that hunts that literally fish for squid. You got, like I said earlier, you got cousins that are
I think
all that are all running the same fire station. You
I
got
know
one that
that is funny, and some of them are also wasn't no. One of them, if I know this for certain, couldn't make it to the birthday because he's playing a baseball game. One of them is a baseball player.
yeah the son the young one of the sons the
And
children.
I think what's also funny is that they introduce us to all of the characters, but you're never going to remember any of their names or their occupations. But their designs are so unique. You're going to say, okay, you got that one who's wearing the yellow shirt. You got
hmm
that one who's tanned. You got that one who's a loudmouth. All that stuff.
You got one thing I like. Well, here's another thing I like, especially when it came down to the animation. Momora's animation. Everybody is busy, but you can watch them each individually and not feel lost. They all
Exactly.
you like you said earlier. You like the way how he does humans in his stuff. You got a lot of them just moving in such ways like it's very human and real. Like on their way
Mhm.
on the bus, you see them swaying side to side. You got the kids that are swaying, playing a little handhelds and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Losing their balance here and there. It's I always love that animation where they're not constantly static and like
Yeah.
most low quality anime.
No, not everybody's moving the exact same way, and they're not recycling animation. Every relative has their own little unique movement that is unique solely to that character.
Now let's get into what really what was the real heart of this situation, or at least the conflict. Sorry, the conflict of this. There's two of them, by the way, but the central
Or
conflict.
where in the story they'd say the point of no return is
Mhm,
where we finally meet we finally meet the grandma, the matriarch of the family. Which, by the way, this is a matriarch family. Take
mhm.
notes, woke take note here. This is how you write a matriarchal family. They don't condemn or knock on the men, which they do, by the way, but but it's
I
not
wouldn't
in the.
call it that. I would call it them
No,
teasing,
it's
or at least,
teasing and at the same. Yeah,
or at least like
but
when they call them out on it, like they're not wrong per se. There's some truth to what they're saying, but at the same
mhm.
time, there's a unique balance as to what the women are doing, which is valued, and what the
Yeah,
men are doing, which is valued. Like both sides are valid and valued on that front, and that's what family is supposed to have been about in these stories. When you write family, you're
yeah,
supposed to write a good hefty balance on both sides who have different and opposing views. Like for instance, we're gonna spoil this anyways. We're gonna get to that, but like there's a moment where they're deciding on what to do now, and as the situation is growing, you got one that's focused on one thing, and you got another one that's focused on another thing. But Kenji serves as the middle ground to this whole shebang. Even though he sides with one, he does, but you hear his reason as to why he wants to do it. It's not as and it doesn't go in a condescending way or belittling way of what one side is doing, as opposed to one side is doing. He knows he has to do it because it has to happen because something like this will happen to somebody else. We'll get into it. I'm being vague,
Well,
but we're gonna.
what I like about that scene too that you're talking about is that while he is what I like about him is that he delivers his opinion, and this isn't one of those, oh, the protagonist is right, we all must listen to him or her. It's one of those where it's that one of those where he's right, but he's technically out of line because in Japan culture, this is a family matter, and somebody who is invited, a guest, does not interject in family matters.
Mhm.
He is involved, but he is to not. This is a family affair.
And like I said before, he's the audience surrogate.
And he even says too, when the family has decided on what they're going to do and they leave, he acknowledges, "Yeah, I spoke out of turn.
Mhm.
I shouldn't have said anything."
But they also still reward him anyways, all the
Yeah.
same. It's like, look, it had to been said, otherwise we would have said it too, anyways.
Getting back on track. So yeah, we are introduced to the family. They're really sweet, nice. And then they finally introduce us to the grandma, which I also love in the exposition dump. They're talking about the grandma and how she's a sweetheart 1 minute, but be careful, she's got a dark side, and you don't want to get on that dark side. And everyone's like wondering, oh, geez, oh my gosh, this person's going to be big and intimidating. And then we see the we see the grandma, and she's this sweet little old lady. And this is when what's the girl's name again? I forget her name.
Natsuki.
Natsuki. She
They say her
comes.
name a lot in this, so like, I find it difficult that you'll forget her name. They say her name a lot. They talk about her a lot throughout this movie.
Well, yeah, and that's funny because Natsuki comes in and says, "Hi, Grandma. This is and the grandma goes, "Oh, so this is the boy," and she goes, "Yep, this is the boy." And she, dang it, I can't believe I forgot this. She tells him, "Whatever my grandma says, just go with it. Whatever she says, just go with it." And she goes, "So this is the boy. So you want to marry Natsuki?" And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Yes, he's my fiance." Huh? He was traveling abroad in America. Huh? He's from a wonderful family line. Huh? And I love that line. He's like, "What? Huh? And then the grandma's like saying, "Do you care for her? Will you love her? Will you honor her?" And he looks at Natsuki, and Natsuki's like going, "Come on." And he's like, "Yes." But what I love about the grandma in this scene is that the grandma does that anime stare. I call it the anime stare because it's the stare of they're looking at you, but they're not looking at you. They're looking through you.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking through him, and she can see, which, by the way, this tethers back to that old traditional way of storytelling and that subtle bit of mysticism, I'm going to say. The subtle bit of mysticism. She looks into him and she sees he's a good man. She knows, first off, I know she knows that her granddaughter's lying through her teeth. She knew the granddaughter was lying. But she's looking at him and she sees who he is on the inside. And she says, "Yep, I approve of him. All right." And then that's when she finally pulls him aside and says, "I need you to pretend to be my fiance for these next 4 days for her birthday." And he's like saying, "I can't do that. Please, I can't." And she gives him this whole little rundown of who he is. He's from a great family. You're from an old family. You were traveling abroad in the United States and yada, yada, yada. Which, by the way, this does become significant a little later on. You think like, wow, she made that whole profile. No, it's because she's given him somebody else's profile.
Right.
And so yeah. So he agreed. Yeah, quick aside.
Hey, we got Tweldy. What's up, bro?
Tweldy!
My man. I knew you'd show up. Somehow I knew. Now, quick aside. Who is your favorite family member?
Okay, you're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but it's the one uncle who had the it's the one who had the ship.
That would be Masanke Jinochi.
I don't know why I like Jinochi. He's just got that very jovial personality.
I love him too, but he's my second favorite.
He's clearly, you know what he is? He's probably the reason why I probably like him so much is because that's probably me. That's me right there.
In
I
70
may not.
years, because he's 70 years. He's currently 70 years old.
Well,
Or at
boy,
least in the I'm looking at their bios right now,
yeah.
and it says the 70-year-old middle son of Sake Jinochi.
Mm-hmm. I just like him because while he may not,
along with his grandson Kazuma Ikazawa, which we're gonna get into him pretty soon.
yeah. But what I like about him is that, yeah. What I like about him,
Shinji Kimpo. Sorry, I'm reading the whole synopsis. But
well, what I like about him is that, yeah, he may not have much in brains, and he knows, like, I don't need to be the smartest person. I just need to be, you know, the person who takes action. That's me. I'm the worker. I know I'm a worker.
Yeah. He's got some smarts. He's not really like muscle dumb. He's just abrasive.
Yeah, I like that. He's not. No, I never said he was dumb. He was just more like, I'm abrasive, and I'm just, you know, family's the most important thing, and I love that guy.
Me too, Red. I draw when I watch movies too. But I remember this movie like vividly. But like I said, revisiting it was like, man, that was an experience.
It was fun rewatching it again.
And who could forget that opening where we see King Kazuma just wrecking, just cleaning the house with his fists.
Clean it, yep. And you're just like, boom, 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 boom.
And how crazy Oz can be with fight tournaments. First of all, he's fighting a samurai with a lightsaber, with the lightsaber sound and everything. Next, he's fighting a big fuck all lobster tank, and he breaks that too.
Can I also say too, I love the product placement in this movie.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice it that much.
The Dr. Well, I really enjoyed the Dr. Pepper, but then when the Dr. Pepper reference, but then when we get to where we're supposed to get to, I'll explain more of the name drop references. So, what was it? After explaining the situation, the whole family starts going like setting about their daily routine, and he's kind of getting to our hero or protagonist, starts exploring the house, which is really cool. He's looking at the house.
Not to interrupt you, but there's a lot of quiet sections in this movie, which should really signal you to just sit down, shut up, and just take in the sights.
And just enjoy it. Just be.
You hear
That's one thing that I like about this movie too. They say, just be. We don't need big. See, and that's one of the strengths of this movie. Yeah, there's a lot of action, don't get me wrong, but the real power of this movie was in the quiet scenes, the real subtleties.
Give me a sec. Just give it.
And that's probably, and that's
not
yeah,
red,
and that's
a warning.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? That's really what I liked most about it.
Yeah, specifically the moment where my favorite member of the family, Wabisuke, shows up.
Yes,
nothing but dead silence.
And I love it when he shows up because everybody's like looking at him like he's a leper. And you find out what I also love too is that I love that in the movie they're talking about their family line and how proud they are of their family, how their family did these historical things and these feats which were incredible. And then when Wasabi shows up, everybody becomes quiet. Say that again?
Wabisuke.
When Wabisuke shows up, everybody becomes quiet, and then you learn that he's technically an offshoot bloodline. That his what was it? Was it their great grandfather or their grandfather had a mistress, and that's what he. Yeah,
he was an illegitimate child. He's basically, for lack of a better word, the black sheep of the family.
Both literally and figuratively.
And the thing is, what was interesting about Wabisuke, and this is one thing I want to say about Wabisuke, was the fact that he had a chance to be well loved and well open to the family
Mm-hmm.
until he did something very wrong to their grandmother, to their mother, their matriarch. Um, and they speak about it. They speak about it during the movie. The moment he shows up and he takes his leave of them, like he goes there and assaults the place and like act all cool headed and stuff like that.
Well, and
You know,
this is what I love also about the grandma, because when she sees him, she's very disappointed. But what's the first thing she says to him? Have you eaten?
hmm
And invites him to come, and obviously, being the respectful family member. And he comes in, and what I love about him, he comes in, kind of everybody moves away from him, pours himself a drink, and he gives himself a drink, and then he walks off, being the cool guy.
But what's also unique is the fact that Natsuki of all the family members, Natsuki like still loves him.
Mm-hmm.
He's her uncle, yes, and everybody has always like for the moment everybody talks shit about him around Natsuki, and Natsuki tends to ignore it, and she even plays
Oh, I know. She runs right up to him. She goes, "Uncle, oh my God, it's so great to see you." She's the only family member that's so welcoming.
yep, and you've seen these type of movies like that where you have the black sheep, but you got that one pure noble person that just goes in and just gives him a hug.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a known trope, but it's a really well pre-established trope that actually it's very wholesome.
Oh yeah. And the
Uh,
very next scene is the setup to what will become the climax of the movie. She
that's
and
another thing I want to bring up
yeah.
in this story itself. There's a lot of setup and payoff in this movie.
Oh yeah. That's what I love. It's like that's another thing. I'm probably because of the lack of this that we have. I took it for granted in the films of the past. But when I'm seeing it again and I'm just like, "Oh, look at that. I'm noticing that." Or, "Oh, I'm seeing that again. Oh, wait, that's going to become important later."
Yep. One thing that I said that's gonna be important was their game, the game that they were playing. I keep forgetting the name of the game too.
Nani or something. It's something relevant to the culture. I think it's different over here though. But yeah, she and her uncle are playing a game, and I love it that she's playing with her uncle, and she says to him, "Hey, why don't we make a bet? You know, uh, if I win, you got to take me back with you to the United States. I want to go to Disneyland. I want to go to Florida and all that." That's what I was talking about earlier about all the uh, um, product placement and
Mm.
even United States and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. And he's like, "Going, sure, I'll do all of that." And she thinks, "All right, I got you." And he says, "No, you don't." And whatever that hand he has in their game, he has it. And it's just funny. And then he says, "Well, I'm going to take my leave. Good night." And he passes by the protagonist completely
It's
like,
called
yeah,
Koi.
whatever. Say what?
The game is called Koi Koi.
McCoy. Okay.
No, Koi Koi.
Koi
I
Koi.
thought,
Koi
no,
Koi. That's it. Because they were like going, Koi Koi.
no, but I thought that was just something you just shout like just to win the game or something like that, or the cash your winnings or something like that. I didn't think that was the actual name of the game.
Koi Koi.
Koi Koi. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, that's good.
Oh, by the end of this movie, you're gonna be saying "koi koi" all the damn time.
All the damn time. Koi Koi. Koi Koi. But what I like about it is that when we first see it, oh, it's adorable, little Koi Koi. And then with the grandma and the protagonist later, you're like, Koi Koi, yeah, all right, because this is just after a serious event. And then by the end of the movie, when it's like all or nothing, you hear Koi Koi, and I'm like, yeah, Koi Koi.
Right.
It's kind of
So
like Remember Me from Coco.
yeah. Oh God, I can't tell you how many times I sung that song.
I know. I mean, because at the beginning of the movie, beginning of the movie, Remember Me is played in this like super fun way, and by the end of the movie, you're in tears when you realize the context of it.
Mm-hmm. But same thing with You're Welcome. How many times people was singing You're Welcome?
Mm-hmm.
Don't even get me started on Let It Go.
No, we're not going there. Anyway, so right
Let's
after
get into where all the action
we're getting
happens.
right to the climax of this story, because you're like thinking, okay, what was the whole point of showing us Oz? And then suddenly the main character is sleeping, and then he gets a little message, and it's a code, and he's like going, oh, because you learn that the protagonist, he was almost the Math Olympic representative, which is something that kind of he kind of, I want to say, not punishes himself for, but it's like that big regret, that huge the biggest missed opportunity of his life.
Like in Space Jam. That could have been me, John.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the biggest. Yeah. And I love how Larry is like, he's going, Larry, that could have been me. And he goes, you got to let it go. It's over. It's over.
Go Bulls.
Let's go, Bulls.
Go fly like an eagle.
Only Bill Murray.
Fly like an eagle.
So it was the big. So getting us back on track. It was the biggest missed opportunity of his life, and then he gets this message. It's a mathematical code, and he punches in the code. He's trying to solve it, and I love this because they actually show him working and building off of everything that he's been doing. And he's solving the code. He's trying to crack it. And hang on, there were some work. He actually figures out the code, and the code is actually a series of words. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Hang on a second. I'm going to find it. I wrote it down because I thought it was amazing. Where is that piece of paper? Is this it? Come on. Here it is. Yep, here it is. Here it is. He discovers the word is, the magic words are squeamish ossifrage. To know is to know that you know nothing. That is the true meaning of knowledge. And he sends off what that translation was. And he figures, okay, well, that was that. Mm-hmm. And then we get to the next morning where he's woken up by the two kids who are just staring at him and saying, it looks like him. It's not him. It looks like him. It's not him. I'm convinced it's not him. And he goes, what are you two talking about? And they drag him to the TV. And on the TV, he's on the news saying wanted. And he's like, oh. And he's like, what? Huh? What the hell? And then he finds yeah.
Trail hijinks ensue, man.
Because immediately, what's the first thing he does when he finds out what happens? Tries to grab the remote and turn off the TV. The kids turn it back on. The adults are coming in. He's trying to hide what's going on. He unplugs it and he goes running over to because earlier in the movie, he's exploring the house and he happens to run into the one young man who's on a computer. And he runs to the young man who's on the computer.
Cosma.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like saying, and what I love about the kid is that he looks right at him and he goes, did you do it? And he's like, I don't know what I did. And so we find out that apparently Oz has been hacked by
nonchalantly just chilled for a little kid.
Oh yeah.
That whole situation is like Kenji is freaking the fuck out, and yeah, Cosmo is just telling him, calm down, dude.
Yeah, he's like, get a grip, breathe.
No, then you're the fall guy then. Okay, that's too bad.
I love that. Did you do it? No. And he takes him at his word and he goes, well, then I guess you're the fall guy and you're in deep trouble. Because you find out Oz has been hacked, and not in this in a very, very dangerous way, because it's already so many systems have been locked out basically. And they don't really know what exactly is going on. And so his friend, who's the moderator, is calling him up, and he says, his friend, who's the moderator, calls him up and he says, listen to me, whatever you heard, I didn't do it. And his friend goes, of course you didn't do it. You neither have the skill nor the cojones to pull off something like this. Mm-hmm. And he's like going, yep. he's like going, okay, then what the hell is going on? And he says, well, it appears that your account has been hijacked by somebody, and they are doing a lot of damage to the Oz servers. In fact, it's really hard for me to get on, but I was able to get on board, able to get inside. Hang on. And he's like going, he said, let me put you in touch with the administration. But he tries to get in touch with the administration. But since he doesn't know his username or password because he's been hacked, they can't help him. So his friend says, all right, I'm going to give you a temporary avatar so you can get inside.
So you can go in there and fix whatever you broke.
And fix whatever you broke. And I love how his temporary avatar, it's a chipmunk, isn't it? It's a chipmunk.
Like, dude, focus.
I love how he looks at it and he's like going, it's a chipmunk. And he says, focus now. And he goes to his user. And this is
that's all I said to the screen when he was like commenting about it. I was like, dude, focus. We already know what your real avatar is. Like, is that really that big of a deal? What your avatar you sign in with? Really, dude?
Really? Look, I mean, if he had said that to me, I would have said, look, I'm sorry, but we were all out of Tinkerbells and we were all out of chickens. So this is what you got.
It's like, I'd rather have that than a goofy ass looking Fortnite sprite or something.
But I love it because he goes inside and he finds his old avatar. And I love this bit more than anything because that took me right back to, like you said, the Digimon movie. When they're on the internet and they find the computer virus, and he says, excuse me, can you stop doing what you're doing? And I love this because his avatar just looks back at him and then just goes, hee.
Got this big Glasgow smile.
Oh yeah. It's creepy.
That's like straight up like nightmare fuel right there.
I know. And his immediately his avatar just starts attacking him, and that's when the oh gosh, what's the kid's name again? Usam. I am I'm so terrible with names.
Today you are.
I'm terrible with a lot of things of names. No, names especially. That's like one of my kryptonites. Well, there's a lot of kryptonites, but yeah. So anyway, back on track. Sorry. His avatar starts attacking him, and he just goes, all right, step aside. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you find out he's Common King. Come on.
King Cosma.
King Cosma. Wow.
Like, that kid's King Cosma?
Yep. You find out he's King Cosma, and King Cosma comes in and starts... Oh, no, that's the thing first. First, his avatar attacks him, and his friend who's on the other line is saying, holy crap. This guy just activated the battle mode within Oz. I didn't think you could do that in here.
Probably it doesn't have a battle mode.
Yeah. And so King comes in and starts beating the crap out of whoever this hacker is, and they start chasing each other. And of course, at the wrong time, the kids come in and say, look, it's him. It's the hacker. It's him. It's all of him. And the family soon discovers what happens.
Yeah, that's later after disaster happens.
Yeah, because you think King has finally got him dead to rights, and then he escapes and he starts chowing down on other avatars and becomes super. Else. He turns into something super.
Let me ask something else. Real quick. This should have been the Boo Saga.
Oh, heck yeah. Because when he transformed, I'm like, whoa, Broly.
Right? Or Boo. I was like I'm gonna talk about my rewrite of the Boo Saga later on this stream. No, Eloise, we just started, girl. Late, yes, but we started. You know my usual MO.
Yep, we start late, but we're still kicking ass and cool. But so yeah, King gets basically owned, and right after that, the whole family comes in, and they're like saying, "You." And they bring
specifically.
Mm-hmm. And well, what I love too is that the entire family comes running in, and then they all try to pile into the room, but they're all jammed in the dorm frame, and everybody just falls on top of each other.
I like how Cosmo is not really What are you talking about, William?
And they all just fall on top of each other, which is hilarious. And then the next scene, what I love in typical anime fashion, they're sitting down in front of the family, and the family's like, "Explain yourself."
Mm-hmm.
They didn't call the police. They didn't say, "Oh, send him." The very next scene, he's being taken away. No, he's in front of the family, and in front of the grandma too, and they say, "Explain yourself."
Yep, definitely.
And they say, "We just checked your profile. You're not who you claimed that you were. And who are you? You're a wanted hacker. You're from an average family. You've never been to the States. So what other lie are you going to tell us?" And of course,
The little sister saying all this. She was yelling her ass off. I think that's Shota's sister, actually, because they both have loud mouths, and they both act with exaggerated movements and dramatic movements and stuff like that. I think that's Shota's sister.
But I think what's funny too is that they start saying, "Why did you?" And she says, "Okay, he's not really my fiance." And they say, "Why did you make up this elaborate lie that he's from a family, that he traveled abroad and all that?" And what I love is that they all start connecting the dots when the uncle starts walking past.
Stop the presses. We got, for the first time, Retnick with us.
Hey, Retnick. I think we've lost communications with Retnick.
No, he's muted. Wait, he's got something to say. You're waiting for what?
Oh, he's waiting.
Hi, you lovely people. How you doing today? This is not my real voice. I just remembered I was... Oh, I guess you did.
Good to hear from you, buddy.
I was hearing double channels, both from the stream and from the... Okay, trying to get this right. So now I got the... This is just the chat. Make sure I'm hearing it right, because I heard you tell me we lost communications with Redneck twice. I'm like, what?
Don't listen to Spooner.
All right, what's up?
Well,
technical
you
errors.
Want to join us. Yeah, you wanted to join us a bit for a spell, right? Just to talk Summer Wars with us.
I just said I had something I was going to mention. That's just a favorite detail of mine. Just the fact that it's the same director who did those Digimon OVAs. You remember those? The Digimon OVAs became the Digimon movie.
Oh yeah,
the second
that was
story arc was about how easy that is. It's the same director with the same story, and Summer Wars itself was just the bigger, more, I guess, the higher stakes story that he wanted to create with it.
Yeah,
I always remember that movie thinking that the characters didn't have a real high stake in what was going on, or how some characters were not really too involved. In this story, it was a lot more. It's a lot more present, a lot more on screen, and you get to enjoy having these characters who are now becoming, involved in that same plot. I thought I had this all written out in my head. I was trying to say the best I can.
Oh, you're doing a good job, buddy. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
You're bringing memories out of me too. So yeah, I remember the Digimon movie, and I remember I got to see our war game in its entirety, or at least in full, without the edits and not the cutouts and stuff like that. Definitely saw Diabormon's Revenge. Yeah, Diaboromon did come back in a later Digimon movie, and it was great. Weird, but great. But what I was gonna say was, like, if you were gonna join us today, hopefully we can jog your memory as we're talking about this movie, because you say you remember very little of it.
I have I watched it several times, but I don't have the details down to remembering which character was specifically who and what their little quirks were. I remember watching that again, realizing how everyone was so specific. I always thought that was just fun how they were able to romanticize each character that way in the story. Something I've always hated about that Digimon movie was how they want to bring in all the Digimon and try to bring in the characters they could, but it didn't seem like they were able to fit them all in there. Well, and again, I watched the Digimon movie.
Well, that was the thing too, is that the Digimon movie, which was really cool, is they showed that the internet was like this really like super highway type deal with these giant dome cities. And that was like a very romanticized view of the internet. And I thought that was my favorite part of the whole movie. I mean, them fighting on the internet, but then they kept doing all these different jumps. Summer Wars was what the Digimon movie should have been.
Precisely.
Well, that was really what the intention was, but like, I don't know the politics of Japan specifically behind the scenes, but there was supposed to have been there's supposed to have been one. The problem with no, actually no, I'm misremembering this shit. Excuse me, let me collect my thoughts. No, what happened was, I believe it was Fox Kids that wanted their own Digimon movie to contend with the rising popularity of the Pokemon movies.
More specific, it's Saban Entertainment. Fox Kids were the ones distributing the show,
Correct.
but it was Saban who had the right.
Correct. That is correct. The problem with that, every Digimon movie produced is 50 minutes long. Whereas the Pokemon movies were more than that. So, like, say for instance, yeah, they were a whole feature. So if you wanted to do the whole
movies.
The Digimon movie, the first Digimon movie was Tai and Kari's story. The problem with that movie is nothing happens yet until the end.
And that whole movie was one big setup to the Digimon series.
Yeah, the second
and then the second part of it with Inframon or Diaboromon was supposed to take place after the Digimon adventures.
Yeah, the problem with our war game, that was 50 minutes long. Granted, it was a minor improvement over the first movie, but it was not enough to really sell a full feature.
Well, for me, when I first saw it, that was my favorite part of the whole movie because it felt like that there was actually some stakes, not a whole lot. The third part just sucked. The first and second one are okay. The
third part suffers because they cut a lot of shit out of that.
Yeah,
I saw that thing in full, dude. I was like, oh my goodness, this one right here, the third movie did. Oh, actually, you know what? They what also messed up the third part. Are you still with us, Rhett?
Turn off my microphone just because I'm trying to clear my throat.
Okay. No, nice. Here's the biggest misstep for the third part. They chopped it and edited that up so badly that it was very unwatchable. I saw the whole thing. I was like, bro, why would y'all do that? Especially to a specific scene where
Davis.
Thank you. Davis and Willis were having their conversation in the forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they fucking cut that up.
Oh yeah.
Like they made Davis a fucking insensitive little prick.
Well, and I don't know why. The reason why, like I said, they released this to compete with the Pokemon movie, and if I recall correctly, the whole Willis story was just added so that they could streamline all three short films,
Mm-hmm.
which was terrible.
Yeah, big mistake on their part. But let's move on back to Summer Wars.
Yeah. Getting back on track. Okay, so they're scolding him. All right.
We also got the Hound of South. Sorry, not the Hound of South. We got the Georgia Pit Bull with us, Fish Chozo.
Hi, everybody. It's my birthday today. I just came back from Baskin Robbins. And
hey, Fizz, happy birthday!
Yeah, I turned 20. I turned 20 today.
Nice. Happy birthday, Fizz.
Happy birthday, man. I almost forgot about that. Sorry. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, today is Fish Chozo's birthday, everybody.
Woo!
So cool. So I joke, about this stuff, but my timing is always impeccable. Fucking impeccable. We're on the part where if you want to know where to follow along with us, Fit, we're past the part where Love Machine makes his first appearance and beats the shot King Cosmo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, that's the name of his. So by the way, they find out later on that he calls this hacker, because at first they think he's a hacker.
It's not
He's
yeah. You explained it to the chat. Probably explained it to the chat already. Besides, I already saw the movie.
yeah, he's so they think at first he's a hacker and he calls himself Love Machine, but now his friend, who's the moderator, says, "Well, but guess what? It's not a hacker; it's an AI that has gained self-awareness."
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, you probably already explained it to the chat already. I wasn't watching before, but I just came in.
Yeah, whatever, but yeah, Takashi is basically the exposition moderator. So it's later revealed that the program was created by none other than Wabisuke.
I know. I realized it's stupid. It was stupid that Natsuki gave Wazusuke backstory to Kenji. That was just dumb. I'm surprised the family bought that at all.
What?
When Natsuki gave Watsuki's backstory to Kenji, I thought that's stupid. I thought
to Kenji.
Yes, she did.
The family
went to
did.
America.
No, the family did. What I found, no, I know what Fizz is talking about. When there's okay, so we're at the part now where the family's grilling him and saying, "Explain yourself," and saying, "Why did he lie about the backstory?" And then he comes walking by the uncle, and they all suddenly realize, "Wait a second, that backstory you gave us, that was the uncle. Oh, that makes sense now. She had a massive crush on him."
Yeah.
Like, what? And she says, "Oh yeah, she was following him around." Oh, and she wanted to die of embarrassment. And I'm just laughing because first they were scolding. Okay, go ahead.
The thing is, I don't understand why she even gave Wasuki's backstory to Kenji. Like she should have thought. I'm surprised the family bought that. Like, how the family buy that for a second?
I do. I know exactly why she gave him that backstory, because she still carried a torch for her uncle.
That, and she's young
and
silly.
At least think of a better lie than some of the backstory of somebody everybody know.
Negro, you just turned 20.
Her grandma basically said that she.
Hang on. Let me cut in real quick. Look, man, the bitch is 18 years old. You are 20. You think you can come up with a better backstory than what she did?
Yeah, it'll take a couple hours. I probably think
off the top of your head, on the way to the house with the guy in tow.
She was on the bus, so she ain't playing this for over a day. So how the hell she not think of a better backstory? I mean,
like I said, it'll take you several hours.
I said, yeah, but it took several hours for her to get there, so she could throw the backstory on the way. Not to mention she playing this for over a day.
Remember, she's 18. She's young. She ain't know no better. Just saying. You think it was stupid? We all done stupid shit when we're young, man. Shit. I can relate because I did some shit like that before. Just saying. I'm just saying, man. It's a character flaw, dude. Take it as such.
The grandma even said that she is a willful, naive, stubborn girl.
Exactly.
She did say that. So anyway, yeah. So I love this bit because they go from scolding our protagonist to the point where she's like, "Oh, okay." So they go, "Oh, she gave him the backstory because she had a crush on the uncle." And they start being all nice to him, like saying she had a massive crush on him. She started following him around.
Girl gossip.
Yep. And
she girl gossip.
Yep. And she wants to die of embarrassment right then and there.
You see, Fizz? You see how she like, bruh, come on now. that right there is a stumbling block for you. Teenage
She
girl,
wants,
dude.
she wants to die of embarrassment right there. And the one, I believe it's the cousin who says, "All right, I'm taking him in." And I love the
Yeah,
fact,
Shota.
yeah, he goes, "All right, I'm taking him in," and they
Redneck
give.
on screen.
Yeah, he's with us, but he's muted right now. He's clearing his throat.
He's So he's like going, "All right, I'm taking you in." And before he leaves, and I love the protagonist, he isn't going to put up a fight. He just goes to the grandma and he says, "I just want to say thank you. Yes, I came here under false pretenses, but you know what? This is the most fun I've had in a long time. And it was very lovely meeting you." And he looks to the family and he goes, "And it was nice meeting all of you too. Goodbye." And this is my favorite line of the whole movie. The family all goes, "Hey, nice to see you. Yeah, goodbye. See ya."
I like he kind of like exposed himself a bit, or he's like showed his vulnerability,
Yeah.
where we learn that his family is not always there for, not necessarily like they're there for him, just like just there to spend time with him like a real family does. He's like, it's nice to feel like a family again, like you guys are sitting here eating dinner like a real family, like thank you for giving me that experience again. So it's like in a way they were, there are several times where they helped him feel better about life in a way, because I'm pretty sure he probably would have he probably got a noose for his neck for his troubles.
I also love the fact when he explains that his mom and dad are not always around. You can see some of the family actually their faces drop. They're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so sad."
Hmm. But you're still going to jail.
But you're still going to jail. And I love that. And I love that bit when he just says goodbye to him, and they just say, "Oh, goodbye, see ya. It was nice meeting you." And then they put him in the car and they're driving off. And I love how he goes, "Is this even a real police car? Shut up."
And of course, Love Machine has to make mischief as always.
Yep.
Starts
Love
screwing up
Machine.
with
Yeah.
GPSs and maps and all that stuff, causing traffic jams all across the country.
Mm-hmm. And I also love that throughout the entire movie, they keep saying that Love Machine is not doing this to be malicious. Love Machine thinks this is funny, or that this is some kind of a game.
His
It's
thing
very
too.
creative how he does it too. At one moment,
It's
I
an
know,
AI
here's
to
the thing.
cause disruption, but it had no directive motive, so it just did it because it was able to. So it became
That's
a
right.
game for itself.
Here's the thing. It's funny how they gave Love Machine a personality by him not talking, which most anime doesn't do.
how's that funny?
It's strange how they did that because most you can tell how I say about Magical Girl shows, right?
We're not going to bring that up.
Exactly.
Irrelevant to what we're talking about. No, what made that interesting for you?
But he actually has a personality, and he's doing this beyond, because it would have been easy just to say that okay, he's doing this because he was programmed to be evil, and that's it, and then there really is no purpose here.
What struck me the most is the fact that even though he's a malicious AI, he's still following a program, which is have fun or play games. That's what really interested me, like the fact that usually in most movies like this, the AI evolves past their programming, but no, Love Machine stays the same majority of the movie. I mean, he gets stronger as the movie goes along, but on the whole, like you challenge him to a game, he doesn't ignore you. He just goes right into it. He's ready to play.
That's another thing that I thought was great about Love. Another thing that I thought was cool about Love Machine is that this is not some sympathetic bad guy. He's evil through and through.
That's why I say this should have been the Boo saga.
Yeah.
I mean, Boo is not really a bad villain. I mean, what's wrong?
No, not Fat Boo. I'm talking about Kid Boo.
Oh.
I'm gonna explain in detail later on. We'll get into that later on. I'll tell you why.
But what I love about the scene is that Love Machine is making a big mess out of everything, and everybody's like panicking. And what does the grandma do? She calls up all of her relatives, all of her friends, and is basically telling all of them, because she says, like, this is a war zone. Well, what are we going to do? Well, she calls up everybody she knows and she says, yes, it's scary. Yes, it's Yes, she's like going, yes, it's scary. Yes, this is a dangerous time. And yes, we are still required to hold the line.
Got in after that, Red?
No. Just doing my own stuff on my end, so I was a little off guard when you invited me on.
I thought you were ready.
I didn't even know I was going to be on.
Hey, I sent you the link, man. You gotta be like the moment you see that, you gotta get ready, man.
But yeah,
I wish I saw Summer. I wished I watched Summer Wars the night before. I could at least add something.
Oh man, I should have asked you first. Then shit, I just didn't think you had mic ready or anything. Well, now I know. One of these days I'll invite you into another.
It's like, but I am having fun testing out my equipment again.
Neat. We'll have fun with that. Actually, you know what? That was my favorite part of the movie. One of my favorite parts of the movie. Was when she was telling people off and getting their butts in gear. You know, there was supposed to be another party that they were having, and people couldn't their family members couldn't attend because of Love Machine specifically. Yeah, like there was the doctor that we later find out that was monitoring grandmother's health condition. There was also the husband to the pregnant mother, Cosmo's father and mother. There was also because we saw them earlier in the movie. We saw just about everybody early in the movie. The second time they were bringing in more people for another celebration, right? But they couldn't show up.
The beginning of the movie says most of the family showed up, but the rest of the family was going to show up like much later.
Yeah, the next day, right?
Yeah,
the day of her birthday, and they couldn't show up. But like I said, that family did kick into gear the moment she started calling, and she started calling other people, and that's where I wouldn't say it fixed the whole problem, but it did lessen it to some degree.
Well, and our protagonist decides to say, "Oh, holy smokes!" If she's what I love about her too is that she's calling up not just her family, but also like, her former students or somebody who she punched years ago. She says, "Oh, I know you're still sour, but I hit you 25 years ago." And she's just encouraging everybody to just keep going and trying. And the protagonist says, "You know what? I'm going to do the exact same thing." So what does he do? He tries to hack in, and he's able to restore some of the systems for Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to
find out that he actually did not cause the problem in the first place.
No, yeah, everybody, yeah. It was so it was as they were taking him away. They got caught in a traffic jam, and you find out this thing is happening all over Japan, and that's when she comes back. She catches up to him in traffic and says that he has to come back to the house. And he comes back. He hears what the grandma is doing on the phone, so he decides, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So he and his friends are able to restore some of the system for Oz, and Love Machine did not take that sitting down. He saw that as a direct challenge.
Of course.
And of course, that's when that's when Love Machine decides to hit below the belt.
Exactly.
Because it turns out that the grandma of the family has a pacemaker.
Yep.
And but we'll get to that. So after finally restoring some of the systems, the whole family is sitting down and, they're saying, "Oh, well, we were wrong and we apologize. But the fact that you were able to restore some of the system was fantastic. Maybe he should really be your fiance."
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the uncle pops right in and says, "You can't fight love." And the protagonist says, "We got to start fighting Love Machine. We got to fight him." Mm-hmm. And that's when the uncle goes, "You can't fight him."
Excuse me.
He goes, "You can't fight him. It's impossible."
We also learned that he was the one that built it. And the reasoning behind it is because to raise money from the military to buy the
United States military of all people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when the uncle goes, "You can't fight him.
if you want to buy from us from a country, buy it from America because we are capitalists at heart.
Mm-hmm.
What they try to what they try to tell us in the fucking news, we are definitely capitalists.
Yeah, yeah.
We buy up all kind of shit and invest in all kind of shit too.
Yep.
But yeah, he basically the backstory is that he took some of some of her money to go out to America to make something of himself. Which he did. He's a professor. He's a college professor, and he's a programmer too, much like Kenji is. So there's a kindred spirit between him and Wabisuke,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. The only difference is that Kenji is a mathematician. I don't even know what Wabisuke teaches. Maybe computers.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? But it also turns out that she had lent him a lot of money for his education. And he became a professor and he wanted to pay her back all the money that she had given him. And you find out, this is what I love about him too. You find out that everything that he had put into this program were the lessons that the grandma had put into his head. So he was just simply following the family mantra. So for being the black sheep of the family and everybody thinking like he doesn't know what it means to be part of our family line, it turns out no, they have been his guiding force his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
As much as he is an outsider to the family, this family is everything to him. Albeit, I think even the grandma acknowledges that he took the wrong lessons. He wasn't evil. Innocent. He was probably it wasn't evil why he made this program. Innocent,
Misguided,
yes.
yes.
Misguided, probably.
Yeah, see, yeah. It's more the American military fault for releasing. They released it.
They released it because they wanted to test it, but they didn't think it was going to become anything dangerous.
They didn't think it was going to get out into the internet either like that.
No. They just threw the program in a social media site to try to see what would happen.
And
Which, by the way, this movie was so. Which, by the way, this
Wabisuke
movie was so ahead of its time. Say what?
I said Wabisuke was enjoying himself the whole time because he probably saw this coming, but he just let it play out for its own sake. And
Well,
it was
basically, he says, "I just created it. I didn't know what they were going to do with it, and now they're paying for it."
We all are.
But he paid for it too because he kills his grandma.
Well, here's the thing that I love. This is one of my favorite scenes. Just animation wise, it was beautiful. He explains what he did and all of that, and the whole family, because now the whole family's there because they were able to fix some of the systems inside Oz, which meant the whole family was able to make it up for the grandma's birthday. The whole family starts like going off on him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think and you see that the grandma was hurt more than any of them.
What you gonna say, Rhett?
I had to look up when the movie originally was released, and it was in 2010.
2009.
So 2009. So yeah, I gotta say it makes sense that the government would use it by releasing on social media.
Well, you guys remember the last time social media site tried to give it all to an AI, it became self-aware. This movie was ahead of its time.
Surprised they didn't go Skynet on their asses.
Well, because here's the thing. Here's the thing that I found amazing about when it became self-aware. It began writing in a language they couldn't understand, and they immediately pulled the plug.
What you gonna say, Fizz?
About in real life, they had a robot that was reprogrammed by hackers from about Nazi rhetoric. But
The Microsoft bot.
Yep.
Yeah, that.
Nice.
It was taking the most popular opinions that it could find on Twitter and trying to spout them back out. And a lot of it was intentional. A lot of people knew about the robot, just said, "Hey, just post a bunch of Nazi shit and see if the robot becomes a Nazi," and it worked. It used to be funny to make fun of Nazis.
It used to be fun to poke at something and it becomes exactly what you say it is, and we all the better for it. Nowadays, I mean, sky's the limit on that one. Like either fantastical or disastrous.
Mhm.
Like, geez, like you tell somebody one thing and they automatically believes that shit before anything at this point. But there does we did mention this, but yeah, this is where tragedy starts hitting really home.
Well, I really love it too because the grandma walks away and grabs the antique samurai weapon.
Is it
Yeah.
Naginata?
Yeah, Naginata, and starts using it against him, and I love that. And she tells him basically, "Go and die."
Like stand up and die like a real man.
Yeah. And what does he do? He grabs the blade and he stands up, and then he just throws it aside, and then he's just saying he's out of here.
Yeah, he's like, I should never have come back. It's like
Mhm.
he's been all his basically the layer of Wabisuke is like that of acceptance and making one's family member proud, and that's all he ever wanted to do was make her proud, like come home with something legitimately to bring back to the family, and that's basically what he thought he was doing. He was giving back to the family, like look, I know I took the money. Like everybody said he stole it, but maybe he was given that money. Like there's two sides to two sides of the
And
thing.
that was the thing too, is that they all claim that he stole the money, but he didn't steal the money. The grandma gave it to him. That was the twist at the end. And the grandma's not blameless in this either. She could have said that he didn't steal the money, but she instead let her family make their own excuses for why they don't want to see him, because she didn't want to see him either. Because he's been gone. Because he's just been gone for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And we never really know what kind of a dispute that they had, but we knew the dispute was bad.
And plus, it's obviously been reinforced by the fact that he's still illegitimate.
Yeah.
And those are usually the ones that get hurt the most at
Mhm.
times.
Yeah.
Because you're not blood, not technically you're half blood. So, sometimes.
And in that culture, it's very important.
But again, the tragedy hits when right after she plays a game with Koi Koi with Kenji and wagering a bet to him, which he loses, of course. So he has to follow his obligation to continue the Redfield bloodline.
Well, she says, "Take care."
I know.
Yeah. But what is it? But
do that with Leon, Chris. Play him in Koi Koi and force him to continue the Redfield bloodline.
Yeah.
It's a joke, everybody. Relax.
And then she goes to, and that's the thing. They all go to sleep, and then the next morning, everybody is woken up by the dog, which again, best character in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Woken up by the dog, and they all run to the grandma's room, and her heart has stopped beating.
Yeah, because Love Machine turned the heart monitor off.
Yep.
And he didn't catch it quick enough, or at least he wasn't able to catch it.
Yep.
So, yeah,
but they all say, so it's clear that they think Love Machine is responsible for her death, and the doctor says no, it would have happened regardless.
Mm-hmm. She soldiered on it as long as she could, which good on her. She's 90 years old, man.
Yep. And that's another thing too. She acts all lively and spry around her family, but after that incident with the uncle, the protagonist sees her stumbling a little bit to her room, and it turns out, oh wow, this is all a one big front she puts on.
You would think most people who watched that probably would have thought it was just after that whole fiasco that happened earlier, and she's just compensating for the strain that she put on herself.
Mm-hmm.
But nope.
She soldiered on as long as she could, and so suddenly the celebration of the birthday now becomes a funeral. And the men in the room and the women in the room are all talking about what the next course of action is. And this is what we were talking about earlier, Wolf.
Yeah, where where obviously I'm not gonna say his name. I'm just gonna call him Shrimp Man. I mean, yeah, Squid Man. where he just declares war on Love Machine, and everybody, all the dudes, the self defense guy and the computer guy, they're all for it, and like the ladies are opposed to it because they have a
They have a funeral plan. So they like go, we have to avenge our family, all that kind of stuff. And the other one goes, and the other side is like, no, we need to respect traditions. And, both of them have hearts are in the right places. It's all about the family. But one is like saying we need to go out. No, we need to. And the other one saying, no, we need to stay. And both are saying because we both have obligations.
I love how this movie gave each the family members' personality traits, the different that make you actually remember the characters, because Devil May Cry didn't do that.
Shut up. Stay on topic.
Yeah.
Having to look up the name of the family members to know who was who again. I remember Monsuke. He's probably my favorite.
I remember
that's Squid Guy.
Love him.
Monsuke is Squid Guy. I call him Squid Guy.
Yeah.
Or Sensei, because Cosmo calls him Sensei.
He was my favorite one. I remember very strongly.
Yeah,
he was
my freaking favorite. Monsuke is my top favorite.
His son Kazuma, the one who wants to retreat away with his computer, always trying to get him to come out, be part of the family. I like it. He's got his mind and heart in the right places. I like Monsuke.
It's so nice to see all the folks you love together, sitting talking about all things that been going down. It's been a long, long time since we had a chance to get together. Nobody knows the next time we see each other. Maybe years and years from now. Sing with me. Family reunion. Got to have a family reunion. Come together to get together. Y'all suck.
I don't even know what that is. I am uncultured.
That's family reunion by the OJs, man.
Like I said, I am uncultured.
Well, we're gonna get some culture in you.
Oh shit.
gonna rip your ass out of this damn screen and sit your ass down and listen to some OJs. That's your tortures for today.
But anyway, so the family is like, what do we do next? So the ladies go off and prepare for the grandma's.
Real quick.
Oh yeah.
Who guess who's also late, but none other than our usual man, the Maverick Hunter Saint Brian Gill Martin.
Hey everybody, sorry I'm late to the stream, and I had a chance to watch this little film myself, and I gotta say, eat your heart out, Kilo Khan.
He's talking about Grit, man.
Yeah, well, I still got that on the brain because the moment I saw what they were going for, that's what it kind of reminded me of the whole cyber attacks.
What he brought up, he says Kilo Khan, he meant Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Yep.
The offshoot of Grit Man, much like Power Rangers is the offshoot of Zeo Ranger.
Yep.
Oh.
That's what you got? Grit Man vibes?
Sort of, because that's my experience with that sort of thing. Except it isn't a tokusatsu, obviously.
Whenever I hear Grit Man, I always think of Triple S Grit Man.
Quadruple S. But yeah, I did enjoy this, by the way. Pretty fun.
One of these days, we're going to watch Grit Man.
Oh, yeah.
They got the whole series on YouTube.
Cool.
So y'all better prepare. That's a long-ass series. It's damn near 40 episodes.
It's just under 40 episodes. 39 to be exact. Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
Cyber Squad was able to get fucking damn near 50.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they accomplish that shit? I'm still wondering that. Anyways, like you said, Brian, now that you're here, we're at the part where the grandma had already died. They're preparing the funeral and preparing to trap Love Machine. Right. What was your experience with this movie?
Basically, it was, to be honest, I hadn't heard of it even until very recently when you guys suggested it. So this is my first experience with it, so it's kind of fresh in my mind here.
Can I pick them or can I pick them?
Yeah, you can pick them, my friend.
I may not always succeed, but I always find something that you guys love and enjoy, don't you?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, oh man, definitely. You know what? The second fight between Love Machine and King Cosmo was just
I know.
Oh yeah.
explosive, dude. Fucking explosive. Just they put out all the stops for this fight. Like, you know,
They had to bring in a whole computer, a whole giant computers to use at that Google
Yeah.
or something.
They had to bring in like giant ice cubes and everything too, and put them in
I
little
know.
hands and shit. That was fun.
like they
Mm.
like Monske bringing his own little personal ship that powers up like damn near 12,000 volts of electricity for them.
Yep.
Can I also say this too, that this is the ultimate blend of the past and the present working together, because the way they try to fight Love Machine this time around is through using the family's old like tactics of victory in the past. They're gonna
Yeah, right.
lure.
Because
They're gonna
they were vassals. Their ancestors were vassals of the Takeda clan. And
precisely, and they. So what they do is they, yeah, like you guys were saying, the way they're bringing everything in, it was hilarious. They got
The more they brought in, the more they almost damn near wrecked the damn house.
yeah.
I even love the fact where the one family member is coming in with a military grade van with that'll give them internet access. And they're like saying, "What part of the internet are you? Internet? What part of the military are you from? Ooh, the kind I can't talk about."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's part of the self-defense force. They asked him what branch is he in. He's like I cannot tell you that. Though I tend to have a suspicion that he's probably not there. He's just got connections. He's he does work for the military, but he doesn't work that part of the military. He just has connections.
Yeah.
But he's you could tell he's not one to fuck with. But it's like they over, or at least like people
Well, he
around
drives
him
a freaking
overplayed.
motorcycle too.
Yeah, and he wears a fucking aviation jacket.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is like people try to blow up like over exaggerate what he does in the defense force. But it's like he you could tell he's none to fuck with.
Yeah.
But it's like anything he does is just ordinary compared to what they're thinking he's doing.
Yeah.
But
He
still,
just-
he's
he
not
just-
one to fuck with.
He's just letting their imagination run with wild.
Hmm. And I like him so far. He's my third favorite. As
All
far as the
he-
women's concerned, on the women's side, I would have to say, of course, the firstborn
Mhm.
daughter,
Yeah.
Hmm.
the one that scolded. Well, to be more specific, who the fuck wrestling with their mic?
I have no idea.
Rhett, you good? You good, Rhett?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Cool. Cool.
Oh,
I
you're-
can hear-
Oh, Retneck is on. Hey, nice to talk with you, man.
Nice to talk with you too.
Cool.
Neat. I did not expect him to have a deep voice, dude.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I always envision my people I'm talking to before I hear their voice to have a young voice. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's kind of why
So
I try to screw. It's why I try to screw you guys with the what's his name, Little John. The hello, what you guys doing here? I was trying to do that this morning. But my voice was not clear enough, and it didn't work.
It didn't work on me either. I was like that ain't Rhett's voice.
No.
He's not British.
No, but I can do the accent.
That is good.
Actually,
We
do
don't-
the accent.
we need subterfuge.
That we do.
But I digress. So we got that set up. The whole fight is explosive. Like pretty much Cosmo is dominating the whole fight already.
Yeah.
But it's not really, the plan is not really for him to win. It's really for him to trap Love Machine. Everybody, that's the whole action. So you got everybody. He's being the bait.
Right.
They lead him into the trap. They almost fucking had the bastard until Shota fucked it all up.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Took
Shota
all
moved
the
all the
ice cubes to cool down Granny instead of the big machine that's
But
sitting
the
right
Granny-
in the
Granny's
fucking
dead, though.
closet.
But
doesn't
the,
matter.
but the thing is that the ice keeps the body cold to keep the body preserved, and that's why.
Yes.
So
My
they
question is, did you really need that much ice, motherfucker?
Exactly.
he
No,
wanted
he
to
did
make,
not.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure she was perfectly preserved.
I know, but damn it, do you really need that amount of ice to preserve the body? That's my. I like saying here, like, look, you can borrow the ice, but did you need that much ice, motherfucker?
I said I said something a little different. I was just like, I'm so mad at him, but at the same time, his reason is very sound.
Yes.
Yeah, it
My
sounds
question
like
still
bad
remains:
timing.
did you need that much ice?
Not
Can I
really.
say
Like
something
I
to
said,
that?
like I said, she's dead. I mean, what else?
Dude, just because she's dead doesn't mean you have to treat you don't fucking treat the body like it's a fucking corpse on the damn road. My thing is still, did he need that much ice? I
No,
get
you don't
the
need
sense
one.
of it.
You only need
Not
one.
even one. Look, he could have took 4. He took the whole damn thing. And he's still taking some of it.
You only
Like,
need one.
that's what I don't look. like
I
said,
miss these rants.
look, 4 was enough. 4 was fucking enough. You had to take the whole fucking. He had 8 of those motherfucking ice blocks around that bitch. I was like, bro, seriously, you needed 4 at best. I don't look. I don't work at the morgue or the fucking funeral home, but I'm pretty sure you don't need that much ice.
No,
Jack,
he
you
does
only
not.
need one.
I think he was overcompensating.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. It's like good logic, bad timing.
Mm-hmm.
Good logic, bad execution.
Well, that too.
My thing is, you did not need that much ice.
He thought they didn't need it at all because they're just playing a stupid game.
Yeah, he didn't
And
realize
that-
like the fate of the world was in the balance right there.
Well,
Dumbass.
at the time, there wasn't any stakes either. Okay, only the whole of Oz was in balance, so technically, it wasn't an emergency.
And Shota
No.
wasn't even informed of the plan either.
Nope.
I mean, granted, he wasn't that well informed, but again,
Did-
my question
Did nobody else?
still
Did nobody else
remains.
tell him? Did nobody else tell him?
They don't need to. My thing is, that wasn't his to take in the first place. But first of all, if he was going to take it, why the fuck did he take the whole fucking room of ice?
Like he could have visited the grocery store
You
if he
greedy
really
little
wanted.
shit.
You know?
It's like I'm sitting there like, greedy bastard.
He kinda is.
Even
But when
involved
we
in any
see
of
it-
that? No, he wasn't. He could have left.
And that's another thing that I think is hilarious is that he thinks he's this cop and he has this authority. He is not a cop. He doesn't even own a gun. He is not
No,
a
he
cop.
doesn't.
Well, he
I
just,
mean,
was
he
he
is-
just playing dress up?
No, he is a cop, but he doesn't have a gun. There are some police officers who cannot have who are not allowed to be given a certified gun.
Low-ranking officers, I take it.
Mhm. Again, you did not need that much ice for Granny. I'm sure.
You don't even have sirens on those police cars.
Nope, he don't.
He doesn't even have a police car. Nope.
He's the only.
So-
In fact, look, Shota for all his failings and his flaws, he's a good character too. I like his character too. He's
I
endearing.
agree.
He seems
I
like the
agree.
comic relief in this whole thing too.
He
I
kind of
also-
remind me of Sokka from Avatar a little bit.
Yeah.
I just on some level, I think everybody can get where he's coming from.
I can get where he's coming from. I'm just saying you don't need that much ice, man.
Yeah.
No, you don't. It's just too. That's overkill, dude.
William said they could have put Grandma into the server room. No, they don't need to. My thing is, here's the thing. Shota could have asked.
Hell,
Can
he
I
could've-
also
he
just
could've
say,
even
too,
visited
if
like
you-
the beer store or something, just to get a
Oh,
big old tub
God.
of ice.
Oh God.
Something like, bro, you could have asked them, like, can I borrow some of that ice for grandma? I was
But
like,
what's
bro, there's a lot of miscommunication in this fucking film.
but I think
Oh,
what's
so much. That's like real families too, when you think about it. A lot
That's
of
not a
miscommunication.
flaw in the movie. Don't get me wrong. That's not a flaw in the movie.
no,
It
it's perfect. It sums up family life perfectly. Not everybody's made aware of anything, and that's why when a family member does something that hinders another, they're like, ah!
Oh, they're at each other's throats. Make no mistake about
man,
it.
Oh, be
I
at his throat, but at the same
every
time,
time every time that happens and freaking Cosmo slugs in one, I'm like, you deserve that. I'm sorry. I love you showed up, but you deserve that.
He kind of does.
well, because he doesn't realize what he did.
Hey Marty.
Hey, Marty.
Hey,
Good
Marty.
to have you here today. That's a surprise visit from her or him.
But so
This is Japan we're talking about. Team. This is Japan.
But what else? Yeah, because what was I going to say? Okay, yeah. So next scene, everybody is pretty. I mean, oh man, King is just completely decimated, and we get to see.
Oh no, that's before Love Machine breaks out.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
that's
that's
after Love Machine breaks out and just
Yeah.
becomes he
It becomes a
another-
computer deity or something.
well, no, that's another carryover from the Digimon movie, the second Digimon movie, where
Mhm.
he just becomes super big, full of
That's
avatars and
a
stuff
computer
like that.
guy. I know, computer guy or something.
Yeah, man. And again, this movie, nightmare fuel, man.
It kind of is.
And then King tries to fly at him, but what does he do? He just points his index finger at him and just sends a whole bunch of avatars and completely decimates him, grabs him, and then eats him and transforms as a form. By the way, too, Love Machine turns into King just to mock him.
I know.
Yeah, that's pure spite right there.
Oh yeah. He's like, I finally 100% defeated you, and I now claim my prize, your identity. It's
Okay.
now
Like,
mine.
your
one you
soul
guys-
is mine.
Okay, which one you guys,
Luke!
hang on, which one of you guys are weebs, like true weebs?
I don't know.
Explain to Teen Ghost why do Japanese people or much less Asian people keep their family members presented?
That I do not know, unfortunately.
I know
would
there's
think-
a
I would think with the definition of a weeb, they wouldn't actually know, since a weeb is often a culturally what's the term for it? Ignoramus. They don't know too much about Japanese culture. They just consume the
culturally
media, and
retarded
that is their
person.
entire.
I guess
Exactly.
they're like cultural posers or something like that, right?
I just said culturally retarded.
Mm.
Come on, y'all can say retard on my damn stream. I don't give a fuck what YouTube has to say about that damn word.
Yeah,
If I'm legally retarded, does that mean I get to give you the retard pass?
Yep.
All right.
I love
Right?
that.
You'll fit right in this group. But no, yeah, there's a tradition where don't worry, team. The body doesn't start decomposing like during that week.
yeah.
Until like what week a second week after.
But it's also in Japan, it's in the traditional sense, the family is responsible for everything involving the remembrance of a person, including their body.
Mm-hmm. So they have it displayed, for lack of a better term, for the family to mourn.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it like in the movie Fearless.
Yeah.
After Honyu Jai kills Master Ching,
Mm-hmm.
and they Honyu Jai is coming there to murder the family because earlier his family got murdered, and you have Master Ching's body still positioned there
Mm-hmm.
after they declared him dead. So it's like that. It's there in China. I'm pretty sure it's there in India. in most Asian countries.
No,
Mhm.
they're India. India is very
I
different from
believe
most other Asian countries.
I do not know if this was practiced then, but I do know now that apparently in Japan it's you have to cremate the body.
Mm.
I do not know why, and I'm gonna have to look this up. But yeah. Anyway, but let's
There's a legend behind it. But anyways,
it,
yeah. So think back to worse. He becomes a rabbit now
mhm.
after absorbing
Right.
King Cosmo. Um,
And this is the moment where you think everybody is ready to give up, but our protagonist says no, there is a way, and they're just mocking him, like saying, "Well, this isn't like some math problem you can solve," but he's starting to get to work on something. And then, hang on, I'm gonna remember her name.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, yeah.
Natsuki.
Natsuki knows what to do, so she runs off and
and y'all
calls.
so white.
She calls her uncle. And I love it. She calls him on his computer because she has his cell phone. Remember that? He dropped his cell phone.
She's been trying to get the passcode, and she finally figured it out at that moment, which is the grandmother's birthday.
Yep. And she calls him, and he just says, "What do you want?" And she says, "You have to listen." At first, he doesn't want to hear about it, and then she says, "Grandma's dead."
And that's what gets to him.
Yep, Grandma's dead. Kenji is working on something. We need you here with us, all of us, because family and all that.
Man, I gotta tell you guys, I've seen this movie so many times, but seeing it yesterday at my current age, when that part come up again, I was in tears.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because not only that, you see the near shock in Wabisuke's face, but you see Wabisuke and his mother in the background looking directly at him.
Yep.
When he was a kid and when she was much younger then.
Mm-hmm.
But what really brought the tears really out is when he went to visit grandmother's body and he says, hey mother. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
That
For
was
those
touching.
for those who don't know, I lost many family members, specifically my grandmother.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
yeah.
Wolf.
We I believe we buried her in 2007. 2007.
Oof. That's a
Yeah,
while ago.
like either 2005 or 2007.
Mm.
It was one of those years, but yeah, it still hurts a little bit when I remember her. I have two grandmothers, but that's not to say that one loss is insignificant because I have a spare. It's more of when you lose that person, that sticks with you. I've lost a lot of family members, some to violence, some to cancer, and some to other health problems too. But hers, I really, it really hits me the most every time I see somebody who experienced loss in the show. I do get teary eyed. But the moment when Wabisuke goes to visit the grandmother, I man, tears was welling out of my eyes.
Well, I can imagine that.
Oh, and how many lost it when they read the grandma's letter?
Oh my goodness.
Because they find out. Here's the thing: they're going through as they're preparing for
She
the
wrote
funeral.
a will.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote a will before she passed
That was
away.
it. Yep. And they're going through pictures, trying to find good pictures of the grandma, but they find a will, and inside the will, and my heart breaks. She says, "I don't have a fortune to give you, but you do have the fortune that is each other."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's really where it's all
Her
about.
last wish was for them to treat Wabisuke like he's family. He is not a bad person.
Yep.
He had good intentions. He just.
I love that too when they say when you see Wabase and invite him to eat with you, have lunch together.
That was written with the intent of she probably was never going to see him again before she passed.
And she knew that he was going to come back if she had died.
Yeah, or at least like eventually he'll come back one of these days. Like if he does show up, whenever that may be, make sure make sure he eats. He doesn't monitor his health all the time. which really shows how much she knows about him.
Mm.
And at that point, that's where the family gets their second win again.
The family gets their second win, and I love this bit because they all say we need to. All right, we got to rally together, and we're gonna fight Love Machine. But first, let's have some lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Ready your breakfast and eat hearty. For tonight we dine in hell.
Yeah, you have that, buddy. I missed that.
So anyway, yeah, they're all eating together, and they're like going, "Well, we are blind fools to fight this." And oh man,
Yeah,
hey, William, right there.
Thankfully, my niece's mother is a cancer survivor.
Mm.
Yeah, breast cancer. She survived, so she gets to live a full life now, and she gets to see her daughter graduate this year from junior high.
Aces. But what was I gonna say? Oh, we're getting back. So after they eat their lunch, they immediately get ready, and they're saying, "Well, how are we going to do this? Because King's destroyed." And then we realize that Natsuki has her own little. Natsuki has her own avatar, and they're going to say, "Well, how are we going to win against him?" And Kenji's the one who's saying,
Koi.
"We're going to play a game of koi. We're going to play a game of koi koi."
Yep. Feed him at cards because he treats everything like a game, so why not?
So Natsuke's avatar goes in there and says, Love Machine, I challenge you to a game of koi koi, and if you win, you get my family and our avatars. Essentially,
and while that's happening, there's a satellite about to crash into a nuclear power plant.
Oh yeah, This is when the stakes finally get risen, because after he defeats King, suddenly all of the world clocks start change from telling the time to a countdown, and all of these nuclear power plants are being targeted by satellites. What Love Machine is doing is he's basically bringing using the satellites as a weapon, creating his own little aerial bombardment.
Yep.
Which also is very unique because AI always goes for the nuclear to the the launch codes. Nobody thinks about, well, do you know how many satellites we have in space? And if they were all forced to crash, that would be a disaster.
Oh yes.
This is
like a hail of meteors.
Final ending of the Digimon World 2 movie.
Yeah, and
which again, look, Mamoru has taken pieces from his movies and put it into other movies. He has every right to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, Michael Bay has done that with hilariously disastrous results.
Mm-hmm.
See, and the only reason I'm only bringing this up because if anybody ever decides to knock me about Michael Bay, here's the thing about Mamoru. There's between Mamoru and Michael Bay. Michael Bay recycles the same fucking plot in Transformers.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. The reason why is that Michael Bay doesn't care. He doesn't care about the telling story of Transformers at all. He has ADHD. He wants to show explosions and stuff. And
can I just say, in Michael Bay's defense, this man walks his own beat and he doesn't let anyone tell him what to do.
No shit. I will give him that. Like I said, my thing is like he recycles the same plot over and over again, whereas Mamoru only takes a piece of something and runs with it. Now, mind you, Summer Wars is recycled our war game, but that's him just taking something and retooling and refurbishing it and making it look better.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, William. That is true. Many other creators have done that shit. Yeah. But like I said, they've done things differently when every time they revisit it. Yep. But yeah. So, I'm just throwing that out there. Continue, Schooner. Is he still there?
That damn muted mic. Okay, so we're back. So the whole family so she says, "Koi Koi, we're gonna play Koi Koi, and you're gonna have my entire family's avatars because you know that family's most important to me." And I don't even think Love Machine cares about what the stakes are. It's just like, you challenge me, I'm coming to play.
Mm-hmm.
So they start playing a game of Koi Koi, and at first she starts winning, and she starts winning avatars back, and then suddenly Love Machine gets a reversal card, and he's able to take all of her points. And this is where we get to, like, I'm like, oh my god, this was totally Digimon right here.
Yeah,
This was,
and it's not really. It's not even a Deus Ex Machina. Not entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
But right at this point, one of the avatars comes up and says, "Hey, I wager myself in this game of Koi Koi," and you find all the other unaffected
German.
avatars. Yeah,
No less.
a German boy. It's a little German boy, and I'm like, figures Germany, Japan, and Germany were always like thick as thieves in anime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just thick as thieves in general. So anyway, and then everybody follows suits with the one German boy, like saying, "I wager my avatar, I wager my avatar," and they all come in, and this is when they start playing a massive game of Koi Koi.
She is the one named Sailor Moon.
I was just
She is
going
the
to say that
named
one.
Sailor Moon.
I was.
She is the one Sailor Moon.
I wasn't even going to say Sailor Moon because personally, I'm like, oh my god, it's the Omnimon moment from Digimon.
It's still Sailor Moon, man.
It kind of does give that
Her
off.
fucking clothes
Actually,
came off. She's partially naked, obscured by her hair. Then she gets a new set of clothes and wings. That's usually what happens with most magical movies
Yep.
or magical shows.
And
They get wings.
and a full bust. Very nice.
Yep. I almost forgot about that detail. She does get a bus.
Fellas,
Oh,
everybody,
Minky Momo
I pay attention to the things
territory.
that matter. I
I
pay
came
attention.
to see Natsuki. I didn't come to see no damn Amaterasu, and she became Amaterasu. All of a sudden.
pretty much.
I'm
Good
joking.
God,
I
from that
really didn't
point.
care.
I don't care if you don't care. It's a
What?
magical moment.
Talk about when she transformed. I didn't really care. I didn't really notice that much. I didn't really think about it.
You
Oh,
don't
for
pay
crying
attention
out
to
loud.
shit, dude.
But
For full context, she got the gift from the god whales of Oz.
oh yeah, I forgot about the freaking whales. We got to get that environmental message in.
Yeah,
The
the
whale.
Yeah,
whale.
they had the whales had names. I forgot the whales names though.
I don't know,
We're
but they're
gonna
the
call
Bobby
Lucy
was
and Ricky.
one, I think. I forget the other one.
Let's call them Lucy and Ricky for now.
Lucy and Ricky. Lucy and Ricky. Anyway, so yeah, they they give her the
gift. She gets a power upgrade.
she gets a
and
power
he
upgrade.
Fucked him up
Oh
in
yeah,
that game.
yep.
Mhm.
Love Machine. Yeah.
Like
Yep.
Kakaguri ain't got shit on this game.
No, he
Mhm.
does not.
Nope. But you got to remember too, Love Machine, while he is a program and he's losing, proves in this one scene to be a very sore loser.
That's
Because-
Fizz
I know that
mentioned
already. I said that
Yep.
already.
Because
Where now
because-
instead of dropping it
They
on
ain't
the
talking about you. They ain't talking to you. He talking to all of us, motherfucker. Don't act like you alone in this motherfucker.
so
I'm not
he
alone. I brought that up.
I know. I was mentioning that.
so after
Damn, I got you covered, bro. Hold your damn horses. Before I get Heisenberg on your ass. Both of you shut the fuck up. You mean both of you shut the fuck up. Let's see what you're made of. Ethan Winters. Lady supersized bitch. Ugly ass psychopath.
Yep.
Moronic freak. You think I want to be part of Miranda's family? Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all can continue. I'm done.
Anyway.
Did Nicolas Cage
Okay.
turn that roll down?
Bruh.
Because it's so obvious.
Bruh. I'm kind of glad he did.
I would have loved to have seen it.
I don't even think they asked him. I just don't think he was reachable. They just said Nicolas Cage, this fucker.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I'm kind of glad he didn't, because Heisenberg wasn't, the guy they got for Heisenberg wasn't that bad either. Like,
Ryan
he's
Cranston.
very quotable.
Right.
I'm telling you right
no,
now,
but-
he was channeling the inner Cage.
I
And
mostly
I just
remember
do-
Ryan Cranston from Malcolm in the Middle, though.
We ain't talking about.
Oh no, Heisenberg,
No,
from
Heisenberg
Resident
from
Evil 8,
Resident
not Bryan Cranston.
Resident Evil Village. Yeah.
Heisenberg. Talk about Resident Evil. That,
Yeah.
Heisenberg.
Yeah.
The one
The
had
one
I
where
Magneto.
you
didn't
remember
even
that
get
quote,
the
so I
Ethan
could
Winters
try
thing should have
my
been your
own
first
impression
clue,
of that
bro.
Character.
One had Resident Evil powers. Oh, that's
Yeah.
I mean, one that
What
had
if-
Magneto powers. I mean, that guy.
Yeah. Him.
Had that badass
punching
hammer.
asshole.
That he don't even use.
No, and I'm just like, why is he carrying the hammer if he's not going to use it?
We're we talking about Summer Wars.
Yeah. All right, getting
Let's
back.
get
yeah.
back on that.
So
Red,
he's re-
Red,
Ha!
you been with us for how long?
So anyway,
Bruh,
he redirects.
You been with Ishii for how long? We pretty much
I-
challenging Ishii here, man.
I am the king of derailing everything, so I laugh.
No, that's
I thought I
usually
was-
me.
I thought I was bad.
No, that's usually me. I'm usually the leader that derails this shit, but whatever. We get back on track, don't we?
Yep.
So Love Machine sends the satellite plummeting down on the household to their house, and Kenji repeatedly attempts to break into the probe's GPS because while he can't stop it from crashing, he's like, well, maybe I can divert it toward the mountaintop.
Mm-hmm.
So while Wabasuki, is it Wabasuki? No.
Wabiske.
Wabasuke, thank you. Wabasuke tries to disable Love Machine's defenses. After the family's avatars are revived, King Cosma. Yes, I remembered it. King Cosma destroys Love Machine, and Kenji infiltrates the GPS and redirects it away from the temple estate.
By the way, I love Cosmo's line before he slugs the dude. No, you don't.
Yep. yeah.
Yep.
And because it was going to try to lock Kenji out again. Because when Kenji's trying to hack into the satellite system, Love Machine keeps changing the password and putting up a new barrier.
Keeps
And
moving the goalpost, in other words.
Basically, yeah, he's moving the goalpost. So what is and I love it too, because King Cosmo just gets right up. And I love how all the avatars are bandaging him. I think that's funny. The other
There's a lot of personality in the avatars, even though the people who control them don't really do a damn thing. They even grunt too when they're trying to get hit.
but I love
Like,
how,
there's nothing happening to you. Why are you grunting?
and can I also say this too? There are literally thousands of others avatars surrounding them, and none of them went to go and attack Love Machine.
They don't want to get eaten. That's why.
They don't want to get eaten. I get it. They don't want to get eaten because, yeah. So then it goes,
King Cosmos don't want to fight him. So
yep.
Maybe.
And I love that bit where he just goes, no, you don't, and then punches him. And I swear to Pete, you could hear Love Machine screaming a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon punch!
Anyway, yep.
Pieces.
Just breaks into pieces. Anyway, Kenji infiltrates the GPS redirected to the estate, and he ends up destroying the entrance. And this is hilarious. He actually causes a geyser to erupt
From a hot spring, no less.
from a hot
Talk about
spring.
blowing your load.
Well, that was the whole point, because that's another funny little allegory right there, because what is he doing after he redirects it? He gets a nosebleed.
Well, yeah, I like to think that he was having a mind overload trying to solve those equations.
Well, even one of the relatives said, oh my God, because he stops doing the calculations on paper and just starts pushing keys. And then he says, oh my God, he's doing it all in his head. And
Yep.
this is that's one of those, again, man versus machine right here, because now the man is seeing if he can actually outwit a machine without using any support whatsoever, just using the basic, his mind and his heart and spirit. So he doesn't.
You got mail.
But and that's the thing too. He beats it without you. But that's the thing that they're trying to show. He beats it without his mind. He beats the machine with his heart. He starts believing that he can do the calculations in his head. Remember, throughout the whole movie, he's been this kind of insecure guy
Mhm.
and thinking that
Shy,
he's
timid.
shy, timid, but also the reason why. And remember that thing that they said he's supposed to be. He was an applicant to be a math Olympic representative, but he failed, and that failure haunts him. And then remember later on when he solves Love Machine's little algorithm, the only reason why he's not on the list, he's not on the list of all these people that Love Machine infected first, was because he got one letter wrong.
Mhm.
So he's very insecure with himself because he always hits just below the mark. He's never been that guy, which is probably why when he starts doing the calculations in his head at the very end, he stopped being so self-conscious and just started believing in himself.
Yep.
This should have been the Boo Saga.
Pushed
Yeah.
himself to the limit.
He pushed
Oh,
himself
yeah.
to the limit, and he got a nosebleed, but he did it because he hacked the machine. He beat
And
Love.
he blew his load.
And then
That's the moment where he's saying, "Okay, now," where the director basically is saying, "Now you're a man. Now
Mhm.
you're a man."
Yep.
Which we get that. Now we get to the ending, which is it's a mock. It's a funeral, but at the same time, it's also a mock wedding ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a
It's-
big shipping scene. You know?
And that's the whole. And what I like about it is that you can. This is a well-earned shipping scene because the whole family is like, "Yeah, you guys lied to us, but seriously, why aren't you two together? I mean, it's clear he likes you and she likes you too. Why aren't you two together?"
You notice that Shota is like the only one that's not all for it.
No, he's
I
not.
know.
He can't even make up his mind whether he wants him to do it, whether he wants him not to do it. It's like, bro, show that. Go to a corner.
Seriously.
Well,
Like when I
that's
saw him do it, like show that. Go to the corner.
That's pretty much what they did. They all grab him and pull him away.
Yeah, just take him to a corner, man. I get you're protective of your cousin, but get out of here. Go patrolling. You a beat cop anyway. Go patrolling.
And I love it too because it ends with him going all red, and then he gets a nosebleed. Then he gets a little kiss on the cheek, and it's like, and our hero passes out.
You know, I would say that's a little bit more different than the usual. You know, boobies equals nosebleed. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I like that. That's
I
nice.
like I like that too because it's just one kiss, and what happens to him? He just nosebleeds. It's like Niagara Falls right there.
Literally. Yeah, like that Beavis and Butthead episode where he goes, I'm bleeding internally.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much.
Too tired to do the Beavis and Butthead right now.
Beavis.
I don't know why I'm attempting it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the movie. I mean, I said I was gonna talk about how this should have been the Boo Saga, or at least my alternate take on the Boo Saga.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get why I hate the Boo Saga so much. I mean, what?
It's fucking boring and slow as shit. There's your answer.
Yeah. But that's basically how the boot. I
They
agree.
kept
That's how
Didn't do it.
dangling toys in front of us. Super Vegito, Super Gotenks,
yeah.
Boo, Fat Neck Boo, Super Boo.
I mean, Boo had multiple forms. He had a fat Boo, skinny Boo.
I just named them. That shit went too long than it needed to be. As a matter of fact,
That's how most anime is. That's how Dragon Ball Z is.
No shit, but Dragon Ball Z had a way to keep us interested every single damn time. Boo Saga, not so much.
Yep.
All I'm saying is Boo Saga should have been the death of Superman of sagas. Where here's why I would run it that way. Is Boo would have been Doomsday, basically.
So he had no personality?
Why you need him to have a personality?
I prefer the version Boo they did have. I mean, He's an interesting character on his own.
He would have been Doomsday. You don't know where he came from. We don't know really what his goal is other than to kill. But here's how it starts. Babidi releases him and immediately gets killed by Boo. Boo runs in, starts wasting a lot of people. Goku is dead still from the Cell Saga. And the first half of Boo Saga is Vegeta trying to fight Boo. All the Z soldiers, by the way, are fighting Boo. And they're getting wasted. Not dead, but wasted. Boo loses interest when he finds an enemy that he can't kill as easily because he likes seeing his enemies go pop. So when it comes down to fighting Yamcha and he doesn't go pop immediately, he gets bored. He knocks him down. He knocks him out. He knocks him out, yes, but it's like, well, this is boring. He ain't gonna die. Well, he's not gonna die immediately. Just let me find something else that will die that. But so one by one or two by two, the Z fighters are getting wasted, right? Until he meets Vegeta, and Vegeta is just determined to defeat this guy. Just keep fighting. And at this point, he's reaching his limit. He's still trying to fight Boo. Boo is ignoring him at this point because he's getting bored, right? So Vegeta fights him till he dies of exhaustion and all sustained injuries. Boo is down. He's dead. And this is where Gohan and Trunks meets him. And then we're talking about adult Trunks, not kid Trunks. Both him and Gohan are at where Vegeta lies dying, and that's where he really officially passes Protector of the Earth to Gohan and Trunks. You two protect this planet and your mothers. That's his full send off, and that's where we can get into GT, and that's going to be mostly Gohan's story, and we continue from there. But yeah, what's your take on that?
Sounds pretty cool to me.
How about further action anime?
Spectacular.
Toriyama. No, my thing is Toriyama. Keep it simple, stupid. No need for no power upgrades. No need for just have what's already available. Like Vegeta goes Super Vegeta, and he's like fighting Boo to his fullest. Still not enough. He keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. Maybe this will be the birth of Super Saiyan 3.
Toriyama initially was done with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
After his idea was to kill Goku off, and he said, "You need a new protagonist. It should be Gohan." Specifically, was trying to drag that idea down when Akira came with the whole project. The Boo Saga was made. Well,
I mean,
lacking the term. It's just because we want to do more with it. Do you want us?
After Dragon Ball GT, I kind of don't care about Dragon Ball anymore. Anyway.
Go away. Kidding.
Honestly, I just think that Frieza and Cell Cell should have been the last one.
Yeah, I like Boo. I got a problem with Boo. I mean, he's interesting. So
I still like the Cell Saga, especially because of how it was just juggled chaos.
And I think that was Cell represented the ultimate bridge between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. So it began really. Dragon Ball, the most memorable story arc was the Red Ribbon Army arc, and it was fitting that it ends with that. The legacy. What is the Cell Saga? The legacy we leave behind. Goku's legacy is Gohan, whereas Dr. Giro's legacy is horrific abominations.
It's Cell.
Yeah, it's Cell. Cell represents the horrific abomination. The anti-Goku. The parasitic
He
the
represents the
parasite.
characters.
Yeah. He represents the dark side of all those characters.
He's a clone of.
Mm-hmm.
He was the concentrated evil clone of every
No,
Z fighter.
he's a genetically modified organism in the laboratory, created from DNA of a lot of bunch of people.
I was thinking more symbolically. He's supposed to be this anti-Z fighter. He's anti-life.
It doesn't work for. He just absorbs power from other people.
Yeah.
I was gonna say to the notion of your thesis, I would say it's correct that for Dr. Gero, originally his lasting legacy was going to be the androids. Just so happens that they ended up being good in the end, went against everything the creator represented.
And that was it. What is this canon, or was this something that was made up solely by Team 4-Star? That Android 16 was Dr. Gero's son.
I thought that actually was made canon. Like, there was people making the theory back then, and Akira Toriyama just said, that's a cool theory, so I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, so, and that would actually show that just to show how far gone Dr. Gero was. He was essentially this anti-Goku. And that's what Cell's supposed to be. He's the dark reflection of Goku, the parasite, the one who consumes and destroys, whereas Goku is the light bringer. He's the hero. He gives hope.
Just because I love pissing this guy off. The light bringer.
Yep, the light bringer.
Linkara. He resents that character, and that's why his better half, Iron Liz, is now bringing it back.
But again, though, the one who's so that's why I think it should have ended with the Cell Saga.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting back to Summer Wars, the ending was amazing, and I love the movie so much.
We have the Leia Valor Leia Plus Size with us for a brief period of time. Hello, Leia.
Hello, everybody. Good evening there.
Hey, Leia.
It's me.
Hello.
We have Brian Gilmartin with us today, Leia.
Oh, hello, Brian. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, long time no see. How you been?
And with special guest star Retnick.
Oh, hey, Rick Nick. Nice to have a chance to say hello to you and hear your voice.
Same to you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Brian, no time no see. How you been?
I've been doing pretty good, actually. Got a chance to watch this anime. Had a play play a retro game that I hadn't tried in a while, which is irrelevant to the topic, but,
That's good.
There's comments in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, first time using this program, so I'm just noticing there's a comment section, and so it's actually showing the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I came in briefly when Commander started. I was still at work, so I could not join you. And then I had to get in, and then I had to get dinner going. So,
by the way, it's Fizz's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Fizz.
Happy birthday, Fizz.
Mm-hmm.
20, you said?
I'm just going to say it again. Happy birthday.
You're going to take the next 10 years.
Yeah. Nah, my 20s weren't that bad. What I remember when it was the war.
No, you're age. We had to walk 15 miles to school in the snow barefoot, and it was up here both ways.
And I did slay a bear with a spiral. I killed a bear with a spiral notebook.
Back in your day, there's a war. I'm 29, and there's still a war. And we're all fighting it. War has changed.
Back in my day, I went to the hello, Go Team Ghost Planet. Hello. Back in my day, I went to the library to read my books. I went to the arcade to play my video games. I remember watching MTV. And of course, I remember when Star Wars and Superman the movie opened in theaters.
Oh, good stuff.
Because I was there when I was there to see them.
The
Christopher
Reeve version?
Yes, the Christopher Reeve version. Yes, I was there in the theater as a little girl seeing on the big screen the Christopher Reeve version of Superman.
I went from feeling old to feeling like a baby again.
I don't know how to take that. Okay, Redneck. Okay.
I feel young again.
Okay.
No insult to you. I'd say I love those Christopher Lee movies, but I'm like, dang, I've actually met somebody who remembers those. Like,
Yeah.
Remember
Dude,
them?
You're
very
saying a
clearly.
room full of people who knows those movies.
Oh, yeah.
You have to know them. Yeah, know them, and there are some that know them for sure, and maybe some that were there when they opened in the theater. When you had to, when you had to look in the newspaper to look at the showings, what time you were going to go to see which showing you were going to catch, and actually being there, seeing it live on the big screen for the first time.
And actually buying the ticket on site as opposed to on a website.
Yes, you had to make sure you got there. When I was little girl, you had to get there on time to make sure you beat everybody in line to get your ticket. That's the way we always were. When we saw a line, we would go, oh no, we're gonna have to stand in that line just to get the tickets, and you don't want to hear that first showing sold out, and you go, well, what's the next one? You know.
That was the pits, I take it.
Yeah, it was. If you got there early and you were there, which I always was a stickler for it, I would always tell everybody, guys, we got to get there early to get our tickets. And they would go, why are you so anxious to get there? We'll get there. I said, because it's opening night. It's going to be crowded. If we don't get there on time to get our tickets, we're going to have to catch the next showing. That's going to ruin all our plans. We need to get there early enough. And if we get there, say, what if we get there too early? Well, we'll eat some popcorn and we'll sit around and we'll just wait for the show to start. We'll look at the movie posters. At least we'll have our ticket. You know, at least I was such a stickler for that. Or I said we can go get some food and come back if we're too early, but at least let's have our ticket. You don't want to be when the line starts to back up.
Oh, hell no. That's a nightmare when that happens.
Yes, that's an absolute nightmare. And if it's a highly anticipated movie, as blockbusters have we known, the line can go wrong across the street. And I have seen such lines. They have been there.
Or like Midnight Matinee or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Leia, I'm gonna say this just really quick. If you're gonna watch an anime at all, watch this movie. Watch Summer Wars.
I've been hearing you all talk about it, and I've been trying to sit down and catch with anime. I've been watching classic anime. I've gone back. I've been looking at
in the year 35, ain't gonna need to tell the truth, tell no lies. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today. In the year 45, ain't gonna need your teeth, gonna need your eyes. You won't find a thing to chew.
Right.
Nobody's gonna look at you. In the year 55.
Turn from anime highlights to a karaoke stream.
You know what? He's gonna get a song in there somehow. He's
Y'all
gonna
talking about the years and days and shit.
This is his second one.
Why?
Because it's Wolf. Were you singing while you were talking about this anime feature? Were you singing, guys? Were you singing then? Before I logged on? Okay.
I was saying family
I
reunion by
got in trouble
OJs.
I got in trouble for not knowing the OJs.
Oh, shame on you. Oh, shame
in the
on
year 65, ain't gonna need no husband, won't need no wife. You pick your son, pick your daughter too, from the bottom of a long glass too. Whoa. In the year 75, then, if God's a coming, he ought to make it by then. Maybe he'll look around himself and say, guess it's time for the judgment day. In the year 85, then, God's gonna shake his mighty head. You see, as they keep singing, they get louder.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think you'll also, if you look at now at who is streaming, it is now dropped to 0.
Now it's been 10,000 years. Man has cried a billion tears for what he never knew. Now man's reign is through, but through eternal night, the twinkling of starlight, so very far away.
That twinking.
Maybe it's only yesterday. In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may thrive in the year 3535. Ain't gonna need no-
Okay. You knew I was just Wolf. You knew I was just kidding about that whole thing, right?
Right?
Yeah. Good.
And then he
Still had
still
to-
went through with
I
it.
still had to check.
Oh man, I missed this.
You just gotta pray that I get an off day again next Tuesday or another Tuesday after that.
Yeah,
Or Thursday.
No, what was the plot of this anime again?
Family.
Oh, okay.
Keep
That's
it
good.
family.
Oh, I like stories about that.
The plot is
That's
about
all.
how a guy took a day off from his job and ended up, and only while trying to attend a family event, ended up creating the world disaster that everyone has to take care of in that moment in time.
Okay. That has got to be the perfect. Yeah. Okay. Overly
Summation of
simple.
it all.
Yeah. It says what is it? Describe this movie in the vaguest way possible. Guy takes a day off from his job and all hell breaks loose.
His tech job. Man.
That's a good description.
They better be paying some good ass money because he just saved the fucking world. Might as well promote his ass now. He ain't no damn intern at that point.
Well, that was the funny thing. Remember at the end of the movie, they said, I recommend, the police are still kind of questioned and everything. Everything's a little hot right now. So I think you've deserved a well-earned vacation.
Yeah.
What a great topic for a story. I couldn't write that better myself. I will try to check it out this evening. It sounds the way you all are describing it. It sounds like a very good film, and I like the story, so I will check it out. As I was saying, I've been watching like with classic anime shows. Battle of the Planet.
35, 35.
What anime she's
Wait,
watching?
watching? What?
Battle of the Planets and
Good
Voltron.
choice.
And I love Battle of the Planets. I was so happy to see that again because when that used to run when I was a kid, I used to watch it religiously.
Oh, I imagine. That's
Battle
like
of
me
the
with
Planets.
Voltron.
Yeah, and I'm watching that too. Brian, both.
Yeah.
I loved both of those shows. I really did. And Voltron was another favorite of mine as well.
Oh,
So
yeah. Voltron was my jam when I was like maybe 3 to 5 years old.
Ooh, shit, my voice cracking.
You've been
Yeah, I
singing
kind of
with-
noticed that.
Yes, you've been singing.
It's not easy
Your voice
singing
is singing.
with asthma, man. I swear. I tell you guys, it's never easy singing with asthma.
Yeah.
It
Especially
can
when
be
you never even practice your damn lungs or breath control to sing most of your life.
Yeah.
I'm just that old person, or at least that growing old person, struggling with that.
Don't remind
Yeah.
me.
By the time I get
I can
90,
understand.
I'll be singing like a damn canary.
Or a strangled turkey, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was struggling with that. Oh yeah, Brian.
In the year
Oh.
2525,
Maybe you
if
should.
man is still alive, if women can survive, they may find. In the year 35, ain't gonna be neither the truth. Tell no lies. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today. In the year 45, ain't gonna need your teeth, won't need your eyes. You won't find a thing to chew. No one's gonna look at you. In the year 45. Okay, I'm done.
Oh,
No,
yeah, you saved
no
that
personal
voice.
offense from me, but my headphones are trying to kill themselves right now. So let me find a different set.
What you gonna say, Leia, before we start wrapping it up?
I was just gonna say, I was telling Brian about a Voltron, and yeah, I watched that religiously and every episode. And you're right, that was a great anime. I liked a lot of anime TV shows. And Brian, I gotta ask, okay, which one was your favorite? The Red Lion, the Black Lion, no, the Black, the Blue.
Good.
Night Go Team Ghost.
So it was black, red, green, blue, and yellow. I have a choice between.
Right.
Good. Hard to really pick, to be honest. You know.
Did you have a favorite character or anyone?
I'm starting to. I didn't think about it at the time, but I'm kind of starting to lean toward Allura quite a bit.
Yeah,
Mine
she was
always.
Well,
It's between Lance and Keith.
The leader, right?
Well, it's obviously Keith because he is the leader. Because I always gravitated towards the leader.
Keith was mine too, but I agree. Allura, especially with what we got in the new Voltron, it made me appreciate. It made me appreciate what we had way back when.
See, Allura wasn't as bad in the beginning in Legendary Defender. That's the thing.
No,
I didn't bother watch the American version of Voltron. The American,
the first two seasons were actually great.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
My thing, like I said, the thing is with Allura, like she was fine in the beginning until we get to the final season. That's where she started doing everything right. She started doing terrible things, but yet she's still in the right.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She even heals Haggard, or I'm sorry, Honerva.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they gave Haggard a sympathetic backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they should have just gone with the original plan and killed off what was his name?
Lotor.
Yeah. No, not just Lotor.
Zarkon.
He drove the Black Lion. I can't remember his name.
Hero.
Yeah. Shiro. They were original.
Doesn't it?
That's the thing.
They were white, doesn't it?
They were originally gonna kill him off, but the audience loved him so much, and then they say, "Well, that's the whole point. You're supposed to like him."
He's got a boyfriend, or now a husband.
Yeah,
Bring him back. Okay, we brought him back. So
And then they
no,
say-
ship him with the little red line. Like no,
Which I will say was fine. It was fine.
I don't like the fact of what they gave his character later on in the series. It's like, wait a minute, okay, so we're not killing him, but you decide.
I like that motherfucker trying to give me a heart attack. Oh fuck you! You gonna die, Ant? You gonna die?
Yeah.
You're back on now.
What were you saying, Scooney?
I was just saying that I get it.
Elden Ring.
It's just like, I get it. He was a likable character, but he was supposed to die for the story to get serious.
Yeah.
And and then
Dare I say it? I don't mean to cut you off, Schooner.
No,
Dare I say it? I didn't mind his boyfriend dying.
No.
Like everybody's like the one gay character, and you killed him off. Like motherfucker, they in a fucking war.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also going to say this.
If you want to get mad at the damn general that made a bad call.
Can
And if nothing else, people die in war. And here's another thing. Hang on, Schooner. I'm not done ranting.
Okay, all right.
I'm not done ranting. Hang on. Let me have this.
All right. Go on ahead.
I'm saying like look. He didn't just die and everybody just forgot about his ass. Everybody mourned his ass. Even Shiro, before he left the damn planet, he mourned for the man. Like how the hell he like I mean I had gotten into a damn near argument with somebody about gay representation and shit. I'm like, bitch, the fucking parents and Shira, Nura didn't do shit in their episode. Shira's boyfriend on the hand, even though he died, he went out there in a blaze of fucking glory.
And can I also say this too, that in the new, which is not Nura, just Nura. We're going to call it Nura.
Yeah.
In Nura, she is in a very toxic relationship.
Yeah, the boyfriend had concerns over Shiro.
Oh yeah.
And he got his head in the motherfucking game.
Can I just say this too? That whole bury your gay tropes that they call it, that it's a form of hatred. I'm like, no, just because you're gay doesn't mean you can't die like everybody else.
I agree.
Black
Yeah,
people-
I
They don't do
agree.
bury the gays anymore. They did that back in the 80s. This is
That
my
no,
time.
it's we created the gay character in order to die. No, that is not what it. No, okay, you are not invincible. You're not bulletproof.
Ooh, that was scary.
I don't like sacrificial hero tropes.
Oh
Yeah.
No,
that's
because-
bullshit. That's bull. Unless they're trying to write out a character and then they're fine with the hero sacrifice.
Then prepare to fucking question why the fuck your grandma didn't get up the next day like every other damn cartoon.
Yep.
That's why we lost Archie.
Tough shit,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Tough shit. People fucking die. Look, I just mentioned my death in the family. Okay, that shit still hurts, but at least I know that people die.
Yeah.
When it happens, it's sad. It will always be sad. That hurt is going to be there, but
Oh, yeah.
but it's going to be healed by memories of them living.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
If you don't remember how your parents lived, then I'm sorry for you. You sad sack of shit.
Mhm.
Because nobody ain't gonna mourn for you. If nothing else, nobody ain't gonna mourn for your ass. If you don't live
Exactly.
a better life than your grandma, or at least live by your grandma or your grandpa's example by living.
Grave of the
Precisely.
Fireflies came to my mind.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
What was that?
Fuck
Redneck?
Grave of the Fireflies, which
Oh,
that's probably gonna be
It-
next in what we
it-
watch.
It's a do I tell Leia what it is?
Grave of the Fireflies.
you can tell me.
It is a story. It was based off a book from a man who grew up during the time of war as kind of his confession. He had
Right.
gone through the sorry, I just noticed
In
messages
Japan.
are deleted. Okay, he'd gone through
Yeah.
Japan when the bombs were dropping and in their survival after his whole mother died and everything, and his father was killed at war. He basically tried to refuse the help of everybody else, thinking that he could take care of himself and his sister. And it's just a dismal story of everything going wrong. It's based off the guy's real life, but he did make one
It's a
alteration
memoir.
to the ending. Yeah, a
Mhm.
memoir.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And when director Isao Takahata decided to make an adaptation to it, he was inspired to make that into a film because of the overly entitled and selfish nature of the youth of Japan, who basically look down on their elders, look down on their parents, and just reject their traditions and their values, only to have to say, "Did you guys even know what your family went through?"
Do you even know what sacrifice really is?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Can I also say this too? This kind of unfortunately reminds me of a hilarious joke I saw on a TV show. It's these kids from diverse backgrounds all sitting around a table eating lunch in a cafeteria, and they're
Right.
all reading their happy little notes from their mom. Love you, have a good day, you enjoy your lunch, sweetheart. And then this is a horrible stereotype. We get to the Oriental kid, he reads his letter and it says, "Son, you could do better."
Burn.
That's funny.
I'm just like,
Very
and that,
funny.
but that's a cultural thing because in Japan and Asia, no, they don't give the youth an inch.
Nope.
Oh,
They
okay.
do not.
Okay.
And in some cases, when they do take an inch, they go for a mile.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Hikikomori otaku.
but that's another thing that I think we're missing here, and I think maybe we should tighten the reins a little bit. Not to that extreme, like saying you could do better. I'm just saying, I think some of these kids need to be disciplined properly.
Well, that this generation does.
Discipline. Discipline. Discipline.
It's
I love
discipline
that.
that begets love.
I love that bit in Akira because the kids are so asking for it too. The principal is saying, "Have you been listening to me?" And the kid says, "Oh, sorry, sir, I wasn't. Can you repeat it?" Discipline! Boom! Discipline! Punch! Discipline! Punch!
This generation, I think, does need it because I think they're too spoiled, too privileged,
That's
and
so
too
many people. That's so many people I want
narcissistic.
discipline now.
Yeah, they're too narcissistic. They're too spoiled, and they need discipline. I think that it's lacking in them. it's lacking in society, with particularly this group. There's too narcissistic, and they feel everything is supposed to be given to them, and that's not how it works.
Take them to the prison and humble their asses.
Yes.
I got a left hand. I got a right hand. I can slap you with either one. Which one?
Yes.
And they say, well, you're right-handed. Wait a minute, I thought you were right-handed. I'm ambidextrous.
especially our young boys, and I'm seeing just some behavior patterns I don't like, and it wasn't that way when I was growing up, and I just think
Well,
that
you know what happened.
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
It goes something like that. Yes. I was going to say quickly about if I can refer it back to Voltron really fast, really quickly. I would say my favorite characters is the leader. I always liked him most because he was the leader, Keith, and he had the qualities of a leader. And the leader is always the one that's the most optimistic. So I always aspirational, and I like aspirational heroes. Those are my favorite. But I also liked the other guy, Lance. I called him the Han Solo of the group. Because I thought he was he was a bit of a bad boy, and not in a sense of evil bad boy, but I called him.
He used the bad boy back before the bad boy is now used as a fetish.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Because he was a bad boy, but I liked him, and he wasn't afraid to speak up when they didn't want him to, but he did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's always had his his opinions.
Yeah, he's always had.
And that was the thing too. We all loved the bad boy character because he was the only one who could talk back to the leader and get a snarky little attitude. But in those stories, including with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like Raphael, there was a reason why they. And this was another thing too. The show went out of its way to show what the bad boy personality can get you sometimes, and why Raphael was dependent on Leonardo and stuff like that. And it's the same with Voltron.
I totally agree. And I also liked Allura because, again, I read when I was reading, I saw a video on YouTube. I'll post it in the in MeWe if you're curious to look at it. This came out at the original Voltron, I think, was inspired by Star Wars because I see a lot of the. It's not me this time.
I know it's not you. It's somebody.
It was inspired by Star Wars because
I think that my TV I just sat on the unmute.
Oh, okay. Allura, I like that she looked like a Disney princess, but I love the fact she took up to fly the Blue Lion. That shows that she wasn't just sitting back and this is in a positive way, not in a whamming, chop the men's balls off kind of way, but more of this is my kingdom. I rule over them. I defend them too. So I'm going to take up and learn to fly this lion and be a part of this team. And
great power must come great responsibility.
Right. And I love that about her. And that's kind of, again, the Princess Leia trope. She's the princess, but she's also very much part of the team. So I like
and she really supported her team. And that's why they needed her and she needed them.
Right.
Come back here. I'm not finished with you. Damn.
Yeah, that was the thing I liked about her too. When she started flying the Blue Lion first, she wasn't really too good at it, but steadily got better as she went along.
Right. Isn't exactly, Brian? She
was not the legendary defender. Allura was not as. Again, I keep referencing that. It's because there was so much potential, and the people who was writing the show had a genuine respect for it, and I don't understand why they fell off on that shit.
I don't know why either, because that what Bryant just said, she had to learn how to fly it. She wasn't a Mary Sue. She didn't come in there all Captain Marvel.
Same with new Allura too. She wasn't that bad either.
She didn't come in here. I know all. I see all. I speak all. Don't tell me nothing. I'm the woman here, and you're gonna listen to me.
Right.
She was none of that, and those are qualities of a ruler. She had to, like I said, she had to learn how to fly it, but she was determined to be good at it. But there was no none of that attitude, but they all worked as a team, and there has to be humility because Keith was the leader, but she never tried to snatch that away from him. Well, I think I should be the leader because I'm the princess, so be gone. But she respected his leadership. We don't see that now, but that's why these shows endure, because they have these qualities, and you guys know already that is out the window now. You wouldn't see that kind of unity that they have now, but that's what makes a team work.
No, seriously, who the hell is fighting in their damn room?
I know.
Scooby is.
No, that's not me.
Oh, I have
the ants have expanded their tracks.
The answer. Oh no!
Ants go marching one by one, hurrah! Hurrah!
In the year 2525,
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. It's time. Okay.
Coming in and knocking your door, eat your food. In the year 3535, the rats are gonna march 3 by 3. Gonna piss on your floor,
I prayed to
sit
Frankenstein.
in your bed. Ain't nothing you can do in your stead. In the year 2525. Okay, I'm done.
I was gonna say, oh, Brian, you got him started.
Yeah.
You got him started.
Y'all always get me started on things. Y'all
What
say
did I do?
say-
We don't.
Why y'all blaming him? He ain't this shit.
No, I just said we do. Honestly, we didn't know that we gave you that inspiration to sing.
I mean, you can take that song and run with it on anything. That's what I love about that song. That song was sung in Alien 3, by the way.
Oh my God.
Briefly.
I don't remember it.
In the year 20.
Oh no! I have to stop.
Oh yeah, isn't that the guy who gets has a date with the fan?
Yep.
Oof.
Oh, okay.
That being said, like everybody, thank you everybody for being here. Those 4 or 5 of you and those non-existent motherfuckers that keep popping in and out. This was an interesting day for us because family. No matter what your views on and how y'all feel about most of your family members and all that stuff, you guys, I encourage you guys to call up that one family member you haven't spoken to in a while. You just don't have to have a long conversation. I'm quoting Netter here, by the way, Nanette Pacelli.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say hi to him. Just say hi to him at least. You don't have to always come visit them. Just call them and let them know that you're alive and make sure they're alive.
Yeah.
And you never know what will happen in the future of this year, in the next couple of months, or any further than that. You might be your last day in one of these months. It might be your last time being here in the next year.
So make every day count.
Yes,
Exactly.
and spending time with whomever.
Yeah.
Just don't be living in a world of misery in your own house, in your own room. If you're living with other people or more or less with family, get your head.
Hate is baggage, and life is too short to be pissed off all the time.
Bingo.
That's why I did this. Like watch Summer Wars, man, guys. Just watch Summer Wars to get what I'm talking about. Like, this will remind you. You may have a shit family, but there's some qualities about your family that you probably didn't even know, that you probably didn't care to even look to give a look at. Something that you might have missed. And maybe you have a family member that's probably the asshole. Everybody has one, maybe one or two. Then again, you shouldn't twice on that front.
Yep. I'm just saying, like what Wolf is saying, watch Summer Wars. In fact, grab some members of your family or your friends you haven't talked to in a while and say, hey, come over and watch this movie Summer Wars.
It's available on Zorro TO if you want to be a pirate,
And dig for belly. And big
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Arr, we got the treasure.
Yep.
And booty. Lots of booty. But yeah, guys, check this anime out. Like, thank Leia Plus Size, the lovely Lady of Valor.
Good evening, everybody. This is Leia Plus Size, your lovely Lady of Valor. And even though I was here for a short time, I was very happy
You
to
didn't
have
watch the damn movie at all.
No, I admit to it. You called me out. I will admit to that, but I will watch it this evening because of your power of your suggestions and the power of this group and the way you spoke. I will watch it this evening. So I'm going to watch it and then I will tell you all about it. It sounds like an inspiring film, and I like the message that you tell me that this film is sending. And you know what? It's what I need right now, because I just think I don't want to get off topic, but guys, I just think it's too much gloom and doom and sad and depressing darkness movies right now.
I mean, look at that picture.
Yes.
Look at that picture.
Fummy the Squirrel had a gonna say regarding what Leo was saying. Fummy the Squirrel actually made a whole video about that. Talk about how we've come to a very dark place in time now.
Yes.
We are the world. Listen right now. The world is dark. The world is broken, and what it needs is the little bit of light.
Exactly.
And a little bit of light goes a long way.
Return to us for at least like this particular Tuesday, because it was my off day and I decided to do it early so I can get my boy in, the Maverick Hunter Saint, Brian Gilmartin.
Yeah, and as I'm gonna second the opinion of my compatriots here. Whenever in darkness, head toward the light. Yeah, because that's where you'll find your hope, and I think you can see plenty of that in this film. So check it out. And with that, I'm gonna go take off. This has been Brian Gilmartin. No damage to report. Moving to next area.
Man, I cannot express how much I miss that.
We do. We love to hear you. Yes,
we miss you.
We miss you.
Miss you guys too.
Yes.
The Georgia Pit Bull Fish Chozo. And happy birthday, brother.
And bye, everybody. I don't know.
Negroes, thank you.
Thank you, Wolf. And bye, everybody. I might be doing something on my own channel about on regards to anime, but I'm trying to do something new, but I still ain't got to figure it out though.
Well, we ain't waiting too long, man. Better have some confidence in your behind, or I'm gonna kick it in you.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready. Bend over.
And accept the OJs.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, our first guest, new guest ever in a long list of guests that we've had previously. But thank you for coming here to contribute as much as you could. Redneck.
Glad I was able to add something.
Neck.
But you said redneck. I'm used to people just calling me Rhett, so it's like, oh, that's that name.
Yeah, I call you Rhett, but I'm still trying to figure out a new call sign for your ass.
I was thinking the Deseret Bull.
Good choice.
That sounds stupid.
I like Deseret. I like
Deseret Bull. I'm from Utah. Deseret was the original name of this state.
Yeah.
In several reaches of Idaho, Nevada, and Arizona.
Desert Red Bull.
The Deseret Bull.
The Desert Red Bull.
It's got a nice ring to it.
I'll get used to it.
Yeah, I think I can.
I kid. No disrespect.
Deseret. I'll spell it in the chat.
No disrespect to your state, man. Of course, your state is proud of that claim, of that title. But thanks for having you on here, buddy. For Deseret.
Thanks for inviting me on.
Bull. And last but not least, the big guy from.
If you can make a better one, I'll let you.
Cool. But yeah, so come at you live underneath the ground with good Wi-Fi and a better mic. The Schooner Tuna.
Hey, coming at you live from a secret government facility buried deep underground, but has excellent Wi-Fi. This is Schooner Tuna. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any recommendations for anime movies or TV shows, drop it in the chat. Until then, next time, always remember, the magic words are squeamish ossifrige. To know is to know that you know nothing. That is the true meaning of knowledge. And this is Schooner Tuna signing off. Bloop, 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 bloop.
It's been your Wolf Commander Wolf 10. Once again, to remind you guys, you are the UN Space Sea. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.